Hello everyone, and welcome to the actual episode 18 of Mad Max. I believe the last episode was also credited as 18. I'm not sure how I managed to get that wrong. Turns out there is a number after 16, but before 18. Hopefully that should all be resolved. Here we are in episode 18 for all the difference that the numbering scheme works. Let's go ahead and jump in. Now, as we do, there's been a new update for Windows 10. Who knows what that's done? We're gonna have to sort of figure it out as we go. Hopefully the stream looks and sounds okay. Kind of thinking that I might want to just listen to it very quickly here. So apologies if this causes any weird feedback. Just hold on everybody for 1 second. All right, it sounds like it's coming through okay. We'll keep an ear on it and hopefully check in with people as they arrive. In the meantime, we are... Yes, we were here, and I wanted to get the scrap truck that was here and hopefully drive that back. It may or may not still exist. Let's just take a quick look around. The last piece of scrap there, the 8 of 8, I mean, if I see it, I will for sure grab it, but... There was a scrap van here, scrap pallet. It's one of those vehicles that you drive back and you get a big pad of scrap, and it is actually right here. Get into the wrong side just for... It's not really old time's sake, is it? It's just time's sake. Come on, get turned around. Now, these vehicles are very unwieldy, so... Find another way to sneak in, it says. Well, I don't know too much about that. So, we want to bring this back to a base, and I will take it to the closest one. Really particularly want to give it to Deep Frya. And I'm going to go here. I would want to go into the North Tunnel. I feel like this thing's going to be shooting at me as I go. Is there a different way that I can go? Oh, yeah, Pink Eye. Oh, yeah. Yep, this will be great. And, hey, if we wind up talking to some of these folks along the way, that's fine. You know, Chum Bucket will find his way back to us. Yeah. It's just... These scrap vehicles, they go just fine in a straight line. It's as soon as you want to do anything else with them, get a little squirrely. Yep, yep. Oh, with the fishtailing. The reason I'm bringing it up is that it is such a turnaround from, like, Max's regular vehicle. Oh, I do see some scrap up here. It's... Oh, maybe... Sorry, many thoughts. Sometimes scrap that's just laying around is just an ambush site. This is just a plain old, we're gonna come attack you site. And I'm good with that. Okay, just... Oh!
Oh, you win! What outfit you from? I was gonna kill him!
Was that my own car? I believe... Yeah, I just shot the tire off my... Okay. I was so distracted by... Okay. Just, everybody sees what happened. It's fine. It's what I think about that. Hello to Force. Force just finished moving the minimal amount I have of furniture into my new place and needs a shower. Well, Force, congratulations on getting that first step of moving in. That is a huge step. Hopefully you enjoy the place as much as you have during the previous walkthroughs, and it's a wonderful place for you. I'm very, very happy and excited for you. I also hope you're having a nice weekend. Usually on a weekend you want to have some opportunities to relax, but sometimes there's stuff you need to do, and it can be very rewarding if the stuff that you're doing is actually... I can't believe I shot out my own tire. Oh, this is not... It's not gonna perform better, you guys. Okay. It was so unnecessary, too. I pressed the fire button more than I should have. Yeah, for me, a weekend tends to work best if I have a lot of time to do work that is, or sorry, to do things that are not work. However, every once in a while you'll have a weekend where technically you're really busy with something, but because it's important to you personally, because at the end of it, you will have something new or have something cleaned or fixed or improved in your life in some way, that it is its own special form of relaxation. And hopefully that's what you get out of this, because this move is a big deal, I know. Let's have a quick chat with her.
I see the smoky pillars of pillage, all camps aflame, and you, with bloody knuckles and deathly stare. Surely this is your work.
Okay, so whatever she had to say, I believe, is something that has already been done. Now, this is, you can tell by the dotted line, this is a, what's it called? Convoy route. Also, we'll see a sniper tower over there. This vehicle does not have any of my weapons, so our best bet is to just stop and go the other way. I have no idea why I'm going against the green line. Also, I did not set a new destination, so we should do that. And yeah, at this point, I would have gone down that road. Okay, so we'll do this instead. Let's see. I'm actually going to pull off the road and let them go right on by. It's not a fight we need to have. Also, because we're undetected by the Scrotus faction. Wait, what is this? Weak buried wreck. What am I supposed to do with this? Can you tow this out? Okay, I'm just going to keep going because I do not have a harpoon. But I'm curious what that means, weak buried wreck. I don't think we've ever seen that before. And it sort of implies that maybe you can haul it out and get a new car body from it. Force says tomorrow I need to get... Oops. Shouldn't be reading chat. Tomorrow I need to get a shower curtain and various sundries. This is highly personal, but I like shower doors a lot. I'm a big fan of having like a shower with like the sliding doors or whatever. Because curtains, I feel like they're always sort of like brushing up against my leg or clinging. They're also a lot harder to clean. Then again, they're a lot easier to replace, the shower curtains. Some work to get them up under those rings some of the time, but if you don't like your shower curtain, replacement isn't that expensive. And certainly if you're renting, you wouldn't want to put the cash into like installing shower doors or whatever. Landlord would probably consider that an unauthorized infrastructure change. All right. Can I jump off the roof without taking damage? Probably not. There we go. Oh, that worked out okay. Force says, I'll just install a door there and see if the super says anything. Hey, depending, I mean, especially if it... A lot of places now are run by management companies. They might not even notice. All right, so now we're still heading the course down there. Let's stop off at Legend Encounter. It suddenly wants to turn. This is not an on-ramp. I've been thinking a lot about the structure of this game. Like, we spent a lot of time in the southern part of the map, the southern half. Like, a lot of time. And as we were going through those episodes and finding the scrap piles and, like everything else that... Oops. Sorry. Oh, please don't be mad at me. Okay, that was a mistake. I technically had the right of way according to the rules that I'm making up right now. Oh, did they just go? Okay. The music got very tense. I will finish my thought about sort of the structure of the game in a minute. Let's go chat with this person.
With a ride as fine as that, you gotta put her to the test. Let me show you some spots where she can shine.
Use the ramps and dead barons to perform an epic jump, and I'll get a Griffith token. So, like, I may do those as they come up. Also, why is this still marked like it's got... Oh, that's my car. Yeah, we'll just continue on. Now, it does look like there's a couple other, like, scrap places here. I might clear out the water one specifically. Yeah, it's just 2 pieces of scrap. I don't particularly care about that. This, however, has scrap crew parts, so that's another reason to stop by. We spent so much time in the South that I was thinking to myself, okay, I must have done like an Assassin's Creed thing. When I play Assassin's Creed, I will run around the map way before I'm supposed to try to find every conceivable collectible in the entire world, and usually, especially in the earlier Assassin's Creed games, run myself into a whole bunch of invisible walls. You can't get through here now, like, just feel frustrated, you can't do what you want, come back later, when it would be very easily solved by just choosing not to do that. If I follow the story for a while and sort of like investigate the map icons as they come up organically, the whole game would flow a lot better. So why don't I do that? And I feel like over time, I did start doing that. This game, though, I'm not familiar with the structure, so when we were, like, basically ready to go north, I thought, well, hold on, I can go to all of these places. Let me go do these places now. Oh my god, there's so many. Like, there was so much to do. And it turned into many episodes of great conversation here on the stream, getting to talk with people and hang out and, you know, chat about movies or TV shows or comics or whatever. But it wasn't a lot of forward progress in the world of Mad Max, except that I was getting a lot of resources. And that's great. And that brings me to why I'm talking about this, which is that even to this moment, I don't really understand how this game is intended to be played. Because if I hadn't done all that stuff, I feel like I'd be pretty underpowered in terms of my car in this area of the world. The North is, being the second section of the game, a lot more dangerous. I do hear someone who's very mad at me. I'm looking for some way to make an explosion on that door that says explosion required. Oh, hello to Caroluna. Hello to Groomfy. Hello to everybody that just raided over. Caroluna, we were watching your Space Engineer stream just before this, and I appreciate the fact that I believe you made your entire base like a hot purple pink, like a big bright neon color. I never practiced with doing any of the painting in Space Engineers. Everything that I made was always just that dull gunmetal gray that is the default. Yeah, I don't need any of that. Oh, and the other thing I'm looking for, by the way, is that there's a ladder right there that I can clearly kick down, and I'm not sure how to get up there, except that it does look like, so you can see the bridge up there. Oh, I can't aim. So, where's the other end of that bridge? Oh, that guy, he really wants me to come get him. I don't know where he is. Yeah, this is just the back area here. You can't get up under the roof from here that I can see. I may very well just walk away from this. So I'm going based on the theory that this bridge right here is intended to, like, I'm supposed to head that way on it. So how do you get up onto this roof? I don't see any stairs. He's no good at parkour. Like, this car is not going to be it. He's not going to be able to mantle his way up there. That is not the style of game that this is. Can't go in here. Can't get in over there. Also, we can see something in there. See that yellow ladder? So I believe that's an exit from this area, but I could be wrong. Explosion required. Man, if I had a gas canister, but I don't even have that. Like, even if I wanted to take the one out of the back of my car, I do not have one.
Come here.
Carol Luna says that he hasn't done a lot of painting either. This is the first one that he's done. And hello to Azaric. Carol Luna says that all is well here, just tired. I do not know how to get up here. And just running around in a big circle is not very much fun. So I'm probably going to stop. But let's take one last look. Yeah, so this is a metal grating. Can't get in over there. Azric, I really hope that you're having a nice... Well, to you, Carol Luna, as well. I hope that you guys are both having a very nice Saturday. Nope. And also, let's not be too assumey. Let's just see if there's any... I do not see any way up onto any of this infrastructure. Oh, wait, hold on. There's a bridge right there. Where does this come from? Okay. There we go. All right. I think we're on the path now. Just as I was about to give up. Carolina says it's 1 a.m. here. Should probably have winded down a long time ago. Azric says Saturday was good. Got up, got my hair cut, and went to support a friend and son in Pee Wee football. So day was good all in all. Here's what I can say about that, Azaric. Whether or not in 5 years, 10 years, are you kidding? I'm just letting you know I did not jam forward on that. We'll have to figure out a gentler way down. Whether or not in a few years your friend's son remembers specifically that you were there on this specific day, what they are for sure going to take from it is Pee Wee football was so much fun. Like the memory that's going to be carried forward is not only that their dad, but their dad's friend was there to watch and support. Oh. I'm just saying, I think it's awesome. I think it's awesome that you dedicated part of your Saturday to just showing up and watching him. I probably shouldn't assume him, but watch them run around and have fun. Have fun with their friends, learn some sportsmanship, get some exercise, and that it's such a show of how much that is valued by the fact that you went there. I think it's very cool. Carolina said, at least I had a productive stream. I actually got things done today. Yeah, so for anybody who hasn't seen yet, Carolina has a couple mods installed that basically allow these little drones to do some construction stuff while he's away. And I've been meaning to ask Carolina, do those construction drones, like, is there a range at which the base will despawn such that work stops happening? Okay, so this is the little doorway. Yep, so I can come back up here. No, this is not where I thought it was. That's okay, because we found something else enticing. Because I know that Space Engineer sort of like culls out and deletes items beyond a certain range. I also know that powered blocks are not deleted. So it'll that allows it to cull out trash and shrapnel and other things that don't matter, but your ships and base are never going to be deleted so long as they have sufficient power. However, what I don't know is, do the things remain in memory such that when you're away, those little drones will continue to do their building for you?
Think you can take me, Drifter?
Well, I don't know. Who are you? Oh, hello. Oh! He blocked my shotgun by just running at me.
Pain is coming. traitor is unreal!
Let's just grab this. All right. Come on, I've only got a little bit of fury left. Let's do it. Oops. Okay. All right, he's not off balance, so let's... Okay, mental note, just stop with the shotgun. This guy fell for it once, but it mostly just sort of made him mad. All right, come on. Also, is he wearing a cloth over his entire face? Oh, whoops. Oh, I missed my A. Sorry. Okay, no, he's got goggles. Oh, I just really like the way that he slid back out from underneath the table so he could receive his head stomp. Carolina says, they do have a limited range. They'll pick up and suck things as long as they're in range. If I leave them on, yes. And apparently the keyboard is tired. Yeah, I can speak with, like, or at least I can share my memories of, like, doing sports and relations when I was young. Having adults come and show interest in what you were doing was such a big deal. Like, we all remember, okay, I can't say we all remember, but we're all at least familiar with the trope of, like, Mom, look at me. Mom, look at this, watch me. Like jump into the pool or make a shot with a basketball or jump off the couch or whatever it is. Like, you want your parents or guardians to look at you and to see the thing that you're doing, and just being there, just showing up. Okay, so I was worried that wasn't going to move out of the way. It means a lot. It means a lot to kids. All right, just making sure what all is down here. And here's the back end of our explosion required door, which hopefully there's something that will make an explosion around here. I actually don't see anything like that. Oh, derp. Okay. Let me just put this down over here. Hopefully it won't get blowed up. So here's a question to people in chat, and I want to ask it carefully because I want to avoid spoilers about this thing, but whatever happened to that movie? Has anybody else in chat heard of a movie called Kin? K-I-N, not... Oh, there would have been more boomsticks up here. I could have used one of these and then refilled the car. Well, whatever. Not next of kin, not south of kin or whatever. Just the movie Kin. And I can describe it beyond that. Oh, and hello to Mia. Twitch with the lack of notifications. Hello, Azra, Caroluna, and Centrifugal Force. And again, Caroluna, thank you very much for the raid. I feel like things like that and resubscriptions come and go so quickly that I want people... I'm just always concerned that people feel like it's a transitory thing, but it really does mean a lot. The reason I'm asking about it is that I remember seeing trailers for this movie and thinking that it looked really cool, and then it presumably came out, and then nobody anywhere ever said a word about it again. And I did find the scrap crew parts, which is why I was here. All right, that I don't care about. That I don't care about. All right, let's see if we can turn this in, and then we'll come back up here and get some of those scarecrows and sniper towers. Oh, no, I'm just going to let these guys go right on by. Yep. Enjoy your... Where do you think... What are they doing? Just drive? They just drive in a big circle? Are they carrying something valuable, or they're just testing out their vehicles, or they just got a ride? Kin was a movie that I saw a lot of trailers for. It came out, and like when I say like I've never talked to somebody who saw it, I've never known anybody. When I ask people, like I bring it up, people have no idea what movie that I'm talking about, and it's like it's one of those movies that I've never seen aired on any of the movie channels. Like when a free preview weekend comes around, it's not on Starz, it's not on HBO. It's very much like the Friday the 13th reboot movie. It's like, where do some of these movies go that they're never available to see?
Taking out that camp and getting us the sale. Mighty impressive.
Okay, yeah, no, I'm good with the vehicle being added to my collection. I wanted the scrap. Carolina says, this may surprise you, but I've never heard about it. And Mia's saying that she thinks that she and Chivalry is thinking. I would like to see it someday. Like I said, it's just not available anywhere at all. So, yeah, I would like to see that someday.
If the threat of Lord
And
Scrotus is lessened,
so
it will be great tidings for us.
I am going to describe basically the only thing that I remember about it from the trailer. It's in the trailer. I've never seen the movie. I don't believe that this is in any way a spoiler. It is a... It's basically the elevator pitch for the movie. Okay, hold on. This might have to take care of some business here.
Heavy armor all over this one.
Are they on their way? Okay. As far as I know, the premise of Kin is a relatively young kid, and I don't know if this kid was like 10 or 15. I don't remember. It's been a very long time since I've seen the trailer. But a fairly young kid comes into possession of some sort of like alien weapon that is like very, very powerful. And that's effective, and it's like set in modern day. It's just like modern day Earth. And this kid comes across like this weapon that is markedly more powerful than anything else that is available to anybody that he knows or anything like that. And I assume that a lot of the movie is about use of this weapon or other people trying to get the weapon or what the weapon can do. And I honestly don't know. But the trailers were interesting enough that I wanted to see it, and then like it just quietly vanished from the world. To see it someday. Azric says, I'm working on a response for the list of movies from your last request. I didn't forget you. Is the list of movies for me October? Because I'm also trying to take a look at some good movies that would fit in with an October like theme. We'll say that. All right, let me just talk with this person.
Yeah, I know you. Keep your heater holstered. You hot stuff in the Great White. But here, nah, you're just another meatbag here. Say you want in on this? Help me with this loot, and we'll split it middle-wise.
So Chivalry has posted sort of the not synopsis, but basically the again, I guess sort of the elevator pitch for it. I'm trying to think of a better or more accurate phrase, but also people are familiar with what I mean by elevator pitch. It's sort of like how you would sell. Okay, wait. I'm not leaving here with one history relic left to pick up. I'll get back out. But just in case anybody has not heard of the term, I think most people have, it's how would you describe or sell something with a very limited amount of time on your hands, say an elevator ride. That's, I think, where the phrase comes from. You've got between here and the 5th floor to sell me on your idea. What is it? Extreme heat danger. Understatement of the century, a mocking reminder of a time when there was a temperature other than extreme hot. Global warming sucks. The government sucks. No water sucks. This picture sucks. Sorry, I'm bored. This photo was in a pile of debris that I went through yesterday. It's not often that I get to write or even talk to people for that matter. Screw having opinions. If you find this picture, my name was Bubbles. My name sucks, and so do you for still being alive in this shithole. Bye.
Hatred. Loneliness. Insanity. All familiar friends.
Chivalry is saying, back of the DVD descriptions. I think I've talked about this in the past, but Ben Hansen, when he worked at Game Informer, came up with this ingenious game called the Back of the Box Challenge. And the premise of the game was that they would go into the Game Informer vault that had literally thousands of games, thousands and thousands of games from every generation that you can think of. And he would pull out the box, and he would snap a picture of the back of the box and then redact anything that would be too obvious. So, like, instead of saying Mario and Luigi Adventure in the Mushroom Kingdom, he would say blank and blank adventure in the blank kingdom on their quest to overthrow the evil King blank. Along the way, but so the goal was not to have something that was super obvious, but rather, could you tell, based on reading the description, basically absent any proper names, can you identify the game by whatever was written on the back of it? And some of these were super iconic games. Donkey Kong 64, Ocarina of Time. I'm trying to think of other strong examples. And it was a great game because they would play it, there would be some contestants and they'd have to buzz in, but also as a viewer or listener, when it was just the podcast version, you could play along, and it was really well done. And it'd be fun to see something like that for movies, I think, as well. Just read the back of the movie. Okay, hold on, let me just... Can I get in here, please? Okay, super not trying to shoot the dead body. Yeah, he's atomized. That's great. Now I have one fewer of these. Could we, No. Alright, I'm clearly on the wrong side of this, then. Oh! Wow, man, nice mount. Alright, we'll do it live. Give you a warrior's death. I really do have to point out, that shiv is perfectly fine. Max, you could pull that right back out. I wouldn't tell anyone. Recycled shiv. As we're saying, good old Blockbuster days, but those were VHS. Well, I mean, Blockbuster did a whole, there were what's it called? DVDs in there too. Yep. Oh. Yank that, and now... Oh, and... Wait, what did I do? Oh, that's the different weapons. Okay. But yeah, back of the VHS would also work. You know, for Jurassic World or Jurassic Park. Yeah, that could be a lot of fun. The only trouble is that you'd have to have access to a very, very large number of back of the DVD box, back of the VHS box to read off. All right, straighten it out.
Oh, you brute! She's sensitive.
Oh, sniper tower. Yeah, let's take this. Also, I cannot remember if I read it out loud, but Mia did say that kin is available in a couple places, including places that she and Chivalry have access to. So, yeah, we might take you up on that. It's weird. Does this ever happen to you guys, where you sort of think, oh, and hello to Salamander. Recycled Shiv, I'm telling Mia. Force just got home, and they didn't give me part of my order. Oh no, food order or furniture order? Force says, I have a copy of 98 Godzilla and the DVD box touts animated menus. People are going to be very angry at this. I enjoyed the 98 Godzilla movie. It is, as far as I can think of, the only Godzilla movie that I've enjoyed. So while you're all like gripping your keyboards and mice and phones with white-knuckled rage, like, I don't know. I'm not that big of a Godzilla aficionado. And that one I got. It had characters. It had humor. It wasn't very funny, but it seemed like a good time all told.
And this flesh too shall feed the poor. I speak like a god.
Oh, for a second, when he grabbed that dude, I really thought he was hauling back to just face first him into this spike. This spike right here. I thought that's where his head was going. Yeah, if anybody joined us more recently, Force is currently moving into her place. She has already moved in sort of the principals and is getting things like a shower curtain and a few sundries tomorrow, but has spent the day moving. And I bring this up because it's a big... What is happening over here? Okay. That's not how most shiv executions work. Don't... Actually, that kind of worked to my benefit. And I also heard, I think this man, see all the blood right there? I'm fairly certain that man just splooshed. Force says, did you miss my True Force Fact in Mia's stream yesterday? Oh, I might have. Although my memory is that if it's the one that I'm thinking of, the True Force Fact might have been that I thought the lease signing was coming up, but you were still being able to move in a little bit early. I'm trying to remember what it was, but I'm mostly just glad that things are moving forward. If anybody is watching this for the first time and is wondering what all we're talking about, Centrifugal Force is a very good friend of the stream, a streamer herself, and in recent months has graduated, gotten a job that was the result of basically a real headhunting war, like a real battle between different employers on who she was going to go with each one having different pros and cons. And in the balance, she found some place that she's really excited about. I didn't blow up my car, did I? Okay, no, Chum Bucket's got it. All right, I don't need this. What I do need is a way in. A way up. I need to get to the balloon. I can't climb up here, so I must have to find a different way around. Force says, went smoothly and got to move in some stuff today. Force fact was, at age 3, instead of a Barbie or teddy bear, I carried around a plastic Godzilla 98 toy with me everywhere. Oh, I did not know that, Force. Yeah, the Matthew Broderick Godzilla movie is, I can't say universally reviled because I like it a whole bunch. But everyone else detests that movie. And it's not even that I can defend it, because I don't understand where all the vitriol comes from. I guess my best take on it is people who know and care about Godzilla, are very familiar with the franchise and stuff, went into the movie with a specific set of expectations, and this movie doesn't live up to those expectations. I believe the only other Godzilla movie that I've seen is the Gareth... oh gosh, I don't remember his last name. But the one that featured a whole bunch of Bryan Cranston in the trailers, even though Bryan Cranston is really not Wait, what's happening? Why is that blowing up? And that movie was interesting. I think about it a lot. I legitimately think about that. Gareth Edwards, was that his name? I think about that movie a lot and would like to see it again. And it has some really cool parts in it. However, when watching it in a theater with people who were very excited to see a, quote, real Godzilla movie, unquote, I'm trying to remember if we watched that before or after Pacific Rim. Now, Forrest cannot recommend Shin Godzilla enough. I have also heard extremely good things about that movie, and don't know anything about it except the name of it, and that it comes very highly recommended. So, we've been here before, not to this location, but we've been in this situation where there's some place I need to get to. I can't get there. I can't find a way up to it. And it makes me think that there has to be at least another gameplay mechanic to be revealed. Because there's a ladder up there. Unless I can, like, hook the ladder with the harpoon that's never previously... What, really? Well, that shut me right the hell up. I did not know you could do that. Azric is congratulating Force on the move-in. Oh, and Force is saying watch the subbed version. Yeah, so if a movie is presented in a language that I do not speak, and the options are between subtitles or a dub, I will go for the subtitles. Sorry, let me rephrase. I will go with the subtitles unless it is clearly established that the subtitles are not done correctly. See the original release, the original DVD release of Let the Right One In. That movie had famously, like, seriously botched subtitles, and I think that the subsequent re-releases has fixed those, but they were very, very basic and sometimes just straight up mistranslated. Let the Right One In, the original Dutch question mark version, did not have a very good translation for its subtitles version. So that was an issue for a while. Anyway, Ada, didn't need to do this since I hate your drug dealing ass, but there's some potatoes left in the cellar. They'll be brown by now, but you'll have to eat them anyway. Are potatoes? Okay. And you'll feel a great pang of poetic justice when you gobble that slimy shit down, considering what you had to say about your last free meal here. We're heading inland, away from the stinking mud holes, signed Jay. Alright, now... I don't know how to bring this down. Can I do it here? Nope.
Cockroach looking for a corpse.
Must be something down here. I saw some wires running down here, which is why I elected to follow.
Lord Scrotus didn't hit hard enough.
Samlander sings, history shows again and again how nature points out the folly of man. Is that in Shin Godzilla? Unless I can do this, does this. Oh, that was me. Sorry, I thought that was still Shin Godzilla. Oh, interact. Refuel the generator. I thought this wasn't the thing that you refueled, though. Oh, okay. So I'm gonna guess that there's going to be some fuel down here. Excuse me, do you have any fuel? Oh, and Samlander also had a good time in your farming sim game earlier today. On Saturdays, Samlander plays farming sim. On Sundays, he plays Not Factorio. Wait, what does he play? Yeah, okay, Factorio. In my head, there briefly, I was confusing Factorio and Satisfactory. Yeah, so he's playing Factorio on the other days of the week. On Sundays, specifically. Also played yesterday, didn't you? On Friday? Force says that she has gotten lucky. Oh, wait, could I have gone down there? Wait, I could have gone down here the whole time? Oops. Well, so now I have to fuel the generator, and I do have a fuel canister in the back of the car. I'm willing to make use of it, but normally these places have a fuel canister of their own. Let me just take a quick look around here one more time. Oh, and Force says, I'm so lucky I got a free year of HBO Max with the bundle of surprise fees. I mean, cable. Yeah, HBO Max would have some cool stuff to watch, I would think. When Mia had it, there were some things that the trial ended before she had a chance to see all of the things that were there, which I think speaks well to its value as a free trial. Like, again, like, oh man, there's more here than I can watch in the time that I have. That speaks well of the service. All right, let's just drop this. I don't need this for anything. We will grab our fuel can. Now, if I find another one, we might come do that. But in the meantime, let's go refuel the generator. That should let us bring the balloon down, I think. Or use the control console. Force is saying, like, Chernobyl and Studio... I've always heard it said Ghibli, but in more recent years, some people have said that it should be Ghibli. Whichever one of those is correct, that's the one that I just said. And The Nanny. As in, like, the Fran Drescher show? Okay, so that's running. Now, I think that control panel that I couldn't interact with before is what will bring the balloon down. Now watch, I need fuel for this too. That'll probably be the next thing. Enter balloon. Carolina doesn't get the fantasticness of Studio Ghibli. So I am not a Japanese anime aficionado. I don't know much about anime. I don't know much about artwork and stuff. I can only say, like, my entire...
Slow one pace.
My entire take on art is I only know what I like, and I really enjoyed Princess Mononoke, and I think there was at least one other thing that I've seen by Studio Ghibli, but I'm not familiar with the majority of their work. I can only say that I think that they put a lot of care into the animation and have a lot of very inventive character designs. For example, I've not seen it, but that oh boy. See, now I just got myself in trouble because I can think of the, like, artwork in it, but I cannot remember the name of the... Isn't there a movie about, like, a young girl that gets sort of swept away to, like, Monster Land or, like, the spirit, the like, Land of the Dead or something? What was that movie called? Because I've never seen it, is the trouble. I've only, like, seen of it, and people really like the inventive character designs and stuff in it. So I've sort of done a once around on the horizon, I think, and now I'm just looking a little bit further to see if there's anything else that I want to pick up. Yeah, it took us all the way back around to Pink Eye's Stronghold. Oh, nothing over there. Spirited Away. Yes, Force. That is exactly the one that I was thinking of. Okay, I don't think that there's anything else to see up here. Force is saying that's considered to be their magnum opus. And Carol Luna is saying that he is an anime guy. Yeah, so I just won't be able to speak to that. If you do know about anime and you look at Studio Ghibli and say, this doesn't seem particularly special to me, I can only defer to your judgment because I am way outside my depth on it. Okay, so it took a couple runs around. I need to find another fuel canister and remember to put it into the back of the car. Fortunately, I've never needed to refill the car off of the canister that we carry around. It's been there for this exact style of purpose. But you never know. Okay, what I would like to do is go consult with this intel person without sparking the ire of the defenses. Is there any way for me to get up here and do that? Let me try going around, because I feel like as soon as I go forward from this position, I'm just going to get spotted immediately. No, this isn't looking too good. I might be able to get up here. Okay, didn't think that was going to work. Nope, nope, nope. Okay. Oh, come on. Oh, you know what I need? I need like a, I need an anchor point for the harpoon. Then we could do it. Nope. Okay, so the back wheels are just going to catch on that. All right. Nothing to hook onto. Help yank myself up like it's a Batmobile. Killen is saying, I mean, don't get me wrong, they're good, but the ones I have seen from them, I don't find them anywhere near as fantastic as seemingly all the world thinks that they are. Someday, you know what anime I'd like to see someday? I'd like to see Akira, because everybody talks about it all the time. So it feels like if I'm gonna... That and, I gotta say, H. Bomber Guy made a very compelling case for Cowboy Bebop. Oh, the intel person is here. Okay, maybe I can, like, climb up these rocks just on foot.
I'll keep an eye on Hazel.
I'm concerned that if I begin the fight with the outpost, then I will lose the opportunity to talk to this person, or to benefit from whatever advice that they have. Come on, Max! Arg. Sam Linder says Cowboy Bebop is very good and it holds up. Also, live-action Cowboy Bebop in Netflix soon. Yeah, that's one of the reasons that we were talking about it. That, like, wouldn't it be nice to see the original? Because I gotta say, if I did not have any frame of reference, I feel like the Netflix Witcher series would have been completely inscrutable.
Hey, shut up! This is my little looky lookout. Don't give me away. Listen instead to a wizened brother. The big convoys who pass here, they don't go down unless you take all of the armored tanks first. And that advice, friend, it's for free.
So, here's a question. Oh, no, I wanted to see if I could get a nice shot of Mad Max looking through his binoculars next to this guy. But it turns out that when you are in binocular mode, Mad Max just becomes a collection of equipment. Including a scabbard, which is interesting. Alright, yeah, I sort of already scoped this area out. And... yeah, I don't know what else I would be looking for here. Blavid Blah says, how far in the story are you? I thought this was a way shorter game. Well, there's not a lot of story to it, I'll say that. I I've actually been wondering, if you wanted to just mainline the story, how long would it take? And I don't know, but we're about 46, 47 hours into it right now. But that's because I've sort of been doing everything as it's been available. I appear to have absolutely no sniper bullets. Oh, no, it's just on a different thing. Okay, so who can I deal with? We have Chum Bucket just... Yep, okay. Definitely trying to move. My sense, blah, 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 is that this is not as long as like an Assassin's Creed game or anything like that, but there is just sort of like a curious density of things to do. There's every area of the map is populated by all sorts of different activities and collectibles and stuff, and I have more recently started prioritizing the things that I actually need, things that will actually be valuable for me and where I am in the game. So, like, just pure scrap camps, I'm not too much worried about those anymore.
Oh, do not tangle with Chum and the Saint!
But I'm confident that you could play this game way faster than I have been, even though there's not been a lot of just, like, wandering around and doing nothing. It has been a lot of forward progress, but it's been forward progress on a very, very, very long line of side content. And hello to Jab. Killing this thing, the main story is about 20 hours, and the completionist is 62 hours. If that is coming from How Long to Beat, I suspect that we're going to wind up taking a lot longer, because I've always found the estimates on How Long to Beat to be optimistic. It feels like there's a lot of people out there that want to say that they were able to beat a game in the absolute minimum amount of time, whereas the more likely average, like if a game says 20 hours on How Long to Beat, I sort of mentally pencil in 25 to 30. Okay. Okay, as recently as last episode, I was thinking to myself, surely these barricades will stop my car. Yep, and then I was able to just blast right through them. So I guess I just needed more car. All right, now let's get turned around. Come on. Doodly doo. All right. And it's definitely interesting that he thinks the original Cowboy Bebop is on Netflix as well. Maybe I'll have to take a look for that. Yeah, I have never seen an anime series. I've seen plenty of animated series, none of which would have an art style or development team that would make you think like, oh, that's an anime series. Really, really enjoyed Invincible. Big fan of the animated Justice League series, and then Justice League Unlimited, Batman Beyond, Batman the Animated Series, Gargoyles. Like, there's a lot of really good animated series that I've enjoyed over the years. Just none of them anime. Sorry, not liking that position. There's too many guys and too many angles. I can't see when they're gonna try to attack me from off screen. Okay, see, technically he punched his friend, not me. I feel like I should have gotten out of that scot-free. All right, come on. I wanted to say something about Gargoyles. Gargoyles is an amazing, like, okay. So I have not seen it recently. Maybe it doesn't hold up in some way, but Gargoyles was, if anybody hasn't seen it, it was an animated television show that aired alongside shows like DuckTales and Darkwing Duck, but was deeply ensconced in like Norse mythology and Shakespearean works and like Celtic myths and stuff. It was all over the place and like in the best possible way. It had a fantastic voice cast. It had people like Keith David and Ed Asner and Bill, and I've never ever heard his name pronounced out loud, so forgive me, but I believe it's Bill Fagerbach. I think that's it. It's got a Jonathan Frakes and Marina Sirtis were both just regular cast members on it. It was such a good show and so ambitious. And the creator of Gargoyles, a guy named Greg Weisman, has said that he, like, people remember it. They love the series. They come up and they ask him about it. Like, hey, will there ever be a revival? Will there ever be something more? And he's like, I don't know. I don't have the rights. Greg Weisman has apparently, like, he was paid to run the show, and that's it. He wrote, and as I understand it, and please forgive me if this is incorrect information, but as I understand it, according to Greg Weisman, and God help me if I'm wrong on the name as well, he was paid for, like, the work that he did writing and being the showrunner for Gargoyles. Like, he created the television series, made the characters, did all the principal writing, and that's it. Like, the money that he got to be on staff is everything that came from that. There's no residuals. There's no royalties. This man needs more work, and specifically he needs more work doing Gargoyles, because that series ended way too early. Sorry, there's been more conversation. Let me scroll up here. So Blobbity Blad asks how... Also, if there's any other question about, like, where I am in the story, I will be happy to answer. Then Jab said hello. Jab says, depends on if you know what you're doing as well, and by that I mean game-specific knowledge, not general gaming skill. I guess that's in reference for like how long things take. Also, as people who have watched this channel probably know, I want to, like, always make forward progress. Like, I like to pursue games with purpose, but I'm in no particular rush most of the time. I like to see what the game has to say. I like to, like, hear the dialogue and stuff. Like, okay. I knew I was gonna flub that. Oh, that... I did not see that man. Alright, so I would like to kill the war crier, please. Okay, I keep trying to do the shield shatter to him, but apparently he has to consent. Pre-arranged agreement to do the shield shatter with him.
Get it!
Pick him up. Oh. Really should be moving the camera around a little bit more. Try to keep an eye on everyone that's not getting punched. Alright, I'm gonna let this guy beat me to death. And then when he gets tired, then we can settle up. Mia like the doodly-doo. Sam Lander says, man, I've got to find some anime for you to watch. Okay, original Cowboy Bebop, not on Netflix right now. Jeb says the new Harley Quinn series is funny as hell. Jeb, where is that? Because I keep seeing people, like, they'll post, like, pictures of it and stuff. Is that on, like, do you have to, like, subscribe to, like, the DC network or whatever that is in order to see that? I don't even know where that's being shown. Similar says if you like gargoyles, there are anime that you'll enjoy. As we're saying, Jonathan Frakes. Yeah, did I mispronounce his name? Anytime there's a lot of, like, explosions happening on screen, it's very easy for me to actually accidentally say, like, Jonathan Frakes or something. Sam Linder would suggest Evangelion. So that also was spoken up very well by H-Bomber Guy. I think that was it. The thing he did not like was Bleach. H-Bomber Guy says don't watch Bleach. Oh, look, a baby. Probably a baby that was born during the development of this game. Look at that, sis, my child. Pity you're not around to meet her. But I guess the Lord wanted you back in his fold. I miss you very... every day. Okay. I miss you every day. Because there was nothing... Okay. Leaving this on your headstone, hoping you'll see it somehow. Your bro, Olaf.
Loss was always with us. But so was hope. Now we only have loss.
Oh, Sam Linder's actually against Evangelion. Also, Jab is saying Netflix, which is probably in reference to something higher up. Oh, really? Wait, Jab, seriously? Oh, HBO Max. Okay. Yeah, I was about to say that if the Harley Quinn series was on Netflix, we just updated our evening plans. But yeah, no rapid access to HBO Max. Can I hit this from here? It really doesn't look like it, but let's give it a shot. Okay. Yeah, see, it didn't lock on or highlight, so I was thinking that it wouldn't strike, but there we go. Force says only has gritty and heavy true events movies to recommend. Oh, what can I do with this? Hopefully, this. Mia actually just watched a movie called Hell House, and it was very good. Well, okay, it was good. Everybody enjoyed it. I want to reserve very goods for, like, I don't want to just, like, heap endless amount of praise, but I very much enjoyed watching it. None of us had ever seen it before. Apparently, there's 2 sequels, so there's a lot more Hell House available if we want to watch it. But I thought that it was very well done. One of the things that I enjoyed about it is that it felt like there would have been a high capacity for a lot of cheap jump scares, and the movie almost entirely stayed away from that. I was actually very impressed by its refusal to give in to what would have been a series of really easy, like, bah! Just to sort of, like, get you. There were multiple times, let me put it this way. There were multiple times in Hell House LLC where everything got very quiet, and as a lot of people know, that's usually like, okay, get ready, there's going to be a cheap jump scare. But the jump scares just didn't come in the places or, like, ways that you would expect. So I was impressed about that. Simlander does agree that Bleach is also not a good choice. Carolina says Kobayashi-san Chi no Maid Dragon is hilarious. Cowboy Bebop is free on Tubi and Hulu Premium. Sam Lynn is saying I couldn't get into Dragon Maid, and Jab says, well, if you want something good to watch on Netflix, Cocaine Cowboys is amazing. Is that a movie or a television series? Jab. I'm looking for more transfer tanks. I have found multiple transfer tanks. That's 7 of 13. Or sorry, maybe 9 of 13? Nope, 8 of 13. All right. I have to say that especially around this time of year, the #1 subscription that I would be most likely to pony up for would probably be Shudder. Shudder could be another, oh gosh. You guys, what was the name of that basic cable television channel that was all about horror? What was the name of that? Because it wasn't, I don't think it was called Shudder, was it? Chiller! God damn it, how do you remember these things? Chiller. There used to be a television network called Chiller, and their original productions were not great, but they did have a large catalog of other things like, I want to say like Tales from the Crypt and stuff. So there was a lot of cool stuff that could be found on Chiller when it was available. And then it didn't do very well as a channel and wound up liquidating and just went off the air. Do I want to go down here? Oh, I do, because I can see a red dot. Hey kids, I am looking for your transfer tank. If you could all just stay on this side of me. Oh, wow. I keep messing up my own combo because I'm trying to counter when no one is Ying at me. Like there, I just did it again.
Batter me, brother! Your death strengthens me! Do something!
Wouldn't it be awesome if you could grab one of these guys and just like face first him into the burning trash? Oh! I really thought the fight was over. So there, I'm not sure what broke my combo. I was up to like, times 7, times 8, which isn't great. That one I got, yeah. Yeah, and Mia said that the movie was good and enjoyable for sure. Also, Cocaine Cowboys is a 6-part documentary. Mia says, oh yes, it's Sam Lander and Force. I'm down for your Whistleblower watch party ideas. Oh, what's Whistleblower? I don't know what that is. Oh, Mia, I would also like to throw in there, like, just like it's someday... if only to like get to watch it with Caroluna, I would love to watch Troll Hunter again. I will say absolutely nothing about it here. I would love to enjoy that movie with Caroluna. Well, I don't know where else I might use this, but it definitely goes there. The only trouble is that, like, with so many things, I'm not even sure where you'd go to watch Troll Hunter now, like, where it would be available for people to see. Force says, Dark Waters is a must. I need my friends to know about it and how to protect themselves. Sure. I assume this is not the Jennifer Connelly movie, Dark Water. Every once in a while, I really get a hankering to watch Dark Water just because it is... it's so fun to me that the least bad part of it, like the least scary thing in the movie is the ghost. It's like every other thing in the movie is like, oh my god, Jennifer Connelly's life sucks so hard and this apartment is the worst. All right, that's back the way that I came. At least I believe that it is. There's another transfer tank here. I would like to dispose of if I can. Just don't have anything to make it go boom with. Oh, unless this guy has more boom sticks. And I'm sorry, I do not remember if I went up here. I don't think I did, because there's a water spigot. Force says, no, it's about DuPont chemical companies poisoning the literal world. Spotlight is an all-star cast, too. Simulator says whistleblower is, as in movies about whistleblowers, like Aaron Brockovich or Dark Waters. Okay, I was mashing, but we'll do some more. There we go. Ah, here we go. Now, can I throw it from here? I'm gonna have to, like, come back up here every time. Looks like I'm gonna have to come back up here every time. Wait, where? Oh, unless they're just over here. I could have stayed up there and thrown it. So, yeah, there's still more up there. Okay, that's my bad. I should have looked at where I was trying to throw. For some reason, I thought it was on this side. Trailers and info in the Movies Channel Discord. Oh, interesting. Yeah, so Discord remains difficult for me to parse. Oh, you know what I could have done? I bet I could have thrown this here, and then those would have fallen and blown up everything all in one go. Well, live and learn. There's still at least one more transfer tank here, it looks like. Let me throw a couple of these since the rack is infinite. Okay, that got it. Yeah, and again, I can run around here and try to find the scrap, I'm going to walk out of here, and if we find it, so be it, and otherwise I'm not going to sweat it. There are some games where I grow very dedicated to doing a 100%. You know what was a game that I was weirdly dedicated to a 100% playthrough? One that we've talked about on this specific stream on a few different occasions. Just Cause 2. Just Cause 2 was one of those games that came around at exactly a moment in my life that I needed to have a checklist of things to do. I needed to have a game that didn't have any story, and it didn't have any story decisions to make. It didn't have any moral ambiguity to it. It had a long list of things that you needed to blow up, and that's what I did. So for weeks, possibly months, what I did in Just Cause 2 was I would jump in, I would go in, and I would go to an outpost, and I would not leave that area of the map, that marker, until everything had been destroyed. And I worked my way through that entire map. I did every single settlement, gas station, town, everything, except there was there were 4 city areas, like 4 boroughs of this very large city, and I absolutely could not find 100% of the things that were in there. It was when I finished the story, and I wrapped up my time with Just Cause 2. That was the one thing that was left undone. Everything else, every race, I'm trying to think of what else was in that game because it's been a while. But yeah, I really got into that game because I needed something to just be completely light to the point of mindless entertainment. So it came in perfectly for me. Jav says that sounds like my whole gaming history.
Some big fat armor on this stuff.
Oh, okay. Well, then we won't do this. Oh, are they running? Is that why he's making chicken sounds? Yeah, because I'm not too worried about tracking them down. Another game that came around for me at like exactly the right moment when I needed it was the original Borderlands. The original Borderlands, yeah, I think it was the original. I don't think it was Borderlands 2.
Lie low here.
The original Borderlands came at a moment when I was in. I had done something really, really dumb and wound up getting myself into some financial, not debt. I'd spent a very large amount of money on effectively nothing. Mostly by accident. You know, when I say that, what I mean is like I'd really underestimated the costs that were being racked up, and when the bill came due, I was able to cover it, but it was a really severe wake-up call about just how stupid I had been. And this was right around the time that I had gotten Borderlands, and I got into Borderlands, and at all times I fully understood that the hoarding and the money pickups and stuff that I was getting in Borderlands was not in any way going to assist me with the amount of real-world financial issue that I just caused myself. But there was something just, like I said, it was something that I needed right then. I needed to have the feeling of digging myself out of that hole. While I was doing it in the real world, I was also doing it in my entertainment time, and it made me feel a lot better. Well, actually... Oh, shit! Okay, yeah, could you, put this back together for me real quick? Force says, what bill? Sorry. It's,
Bless your sacred carbs. We're rolling again.
Oh, hold on. I completely lost the thing. It was a, yeah, I don't know. I'm trying to think of any reason. I tend to be very circumspect when I'm talking about any real life things, but I cannot think of any reason not to be forthcoming. This was several years ago. I had a friend who had moved overseas, and I was making a lot of long distance calls because, oh, hold on, they were very far away, and I missed them a lot. Whoa, why am I bloody? What happened? Also, can you please get the hell off me? So there was a lot of very long distance calls, and like when the bill came due, it was shit. When the bill came due, holy hell. Hold on a second. Wow, these guys suck.
He's running back to mommy.
Oh, I'm out of boomsticks. Okay. When the bill came due, it was a lot. I mean, these were hours long phone conversations to a very good friend in a foreign country, and the international billing was a lot more than I'd been expecting. I was like, oh, okay, it'll be, I sort of had in my head what the number was going to be, and no. So, again, I was able to cover what the bill was. It wasn't that it had to carry over and incurred a lot of additional, like fees or anything like that, but it was a real wake-up call. And when I say that I was very, very stupid about it, what I meant is that there were all manner of other ways that we could have had those conversations that didn't need to be those long distance charges. And that is then immediately what we went to after that. Okay. So, like, after that 1 month, it all got worked out and it was fine. But, yeah, at the time when that bill, it was one of those bills that you open up and you just turn completely, like pale. Get a little bit dizzy for a second. I was like, okay, I can make this work. I need to very much reconfigure the way that I am doing this. Okay. Oh! There's a man on this. Okay, don't hit the wall! Yeah, I was sort of in my head, like, how do I share this story in a way that makes it clear? Because the first assumption you would make is, like, a phone bill. Oh, it's some sort of, like, 976 number, isn't it? And, no, it was just a friend who was, far away from home, and somebody that I missed a whole bunch, and...
We must pass the gauntlet of flames, lest we be crushed up!
Okay, stop.
Get it running.
Yeah. Chum Bucket, if you can just fix this up for me super quick, that'd be great. Alright, we're going. Chivalry says that he once had a $3,500 phone bill. And Forrest is saying, yeah, those can add up. And what, again, what bothered me is not, you know, there was never any regret about, like, the conversations had. It was the immediate realization of, like, oh, I could have done this so much smarter. Like the difference between this bill or free were the options, and I just didn't do it right. Yeah. And that's it. Ouch. So I am concerned that the convoy has gotten completely away, but we will try to catch up. We do know where they're going. They leave a nice dotted line for us. How long does it take for the convoy's entourage to regenerate? Because these guys are not losing interest. I am... Guys. Okay. Every once in a while, I do like to point out that I am jamming on Y to get out. Chivalry says long distance was to Saudi Arabia and phone and text lines were illegal there. Force says, oh, so possibly next week they're moving me to the instrument lab, the hard stuff. Is that the goal? Force, is that where you're looking forward to getting into? Like, orientation is done, now it's on to the real work? Oh, maggot farms, sure. I don't think I can do scrap crew just yet. I need one more part, but maggot farm.
I saw a big gulp of flame blow out of Deep Fire's temple before, from the lookout.
You know, I don't know, like, every once in a while we sort of accidentally stumble on a theme, like something that it turns out that I have some reminiscing to do about. The Longest Journey was another game that, I think I've talked about this a little bit in the past. That was another game that came for me at exactly the right moment in my life. It was, if you've never played The Longest Journey, without giving anything plot related away, the story centers on a young woman who is...
Hey, go see the cat.
Really? Why? Doesn't look like she has anything to say to me, but...
The food you found has really made a difference here. After we pack the vessel, there is still much to go around.
Force says, I don't know, that is where all the shit from the top comes if it's not right. To the instrument lab? It's gonna be another interesting week for me at work, but we'll. But I've got a whole rest of this weekend to go before I start considering that. Yeah. So, without getting into anything specifically plot related, The Longest Journey is about. It starts with a young woman who is she's away from home for the very first time, and has fought really hard to get into this art school where she has a full scholarship, and it's something that her family would never ever have been able to afford on their own. So there's a lot of incentive and pressure to do well, and she's living in this sort of like dormitory building full of individual apartments, but the air conditioner doesn't work, and it's sort of late summer, and it's really like swelteringly hot, and she's got this part-time job where she works to like be able to afford food and supplies and, you know, whatever else that she might need that's not covered by the scholarship. And this is all sort of established before like the plot kicks off, so it's all these things that you're learning. And I felt, her name is April Ryan, I felt such an incredible level of connection with that character at that time in my life.
If you're looking to gain the favor of the gods,
it was fascinating that it felt like it was so perfectly where I was, and like, don't get me wrong, I never had a scholarship anywhere or anything like that, but just the tone of it, of like being out on your own, away from home, far away from everybody that you used to know, and trying to figure out what kind of a person you are, what you want your life to look like, what are your long-term goals now. Like, people have always been there to like encourage you to think about it, but now you have to start making those choices. And is this life the one that I've set out on? Is it the one that I actually want? And it was a really important game for me at that particular time. All right, I don't want this guy to jump me later on, so oh, come on, buddy. We were getting on so well. This guy's not getting away. I'm just letting you guys know. This is not the way that story ends. Will you please, for the love of God? Nope, he disappeared off the map. I cannot believe it. Nope. I'm just the worst.
It needs repairs now.
Mia, sorry, Forge is asking, is Mia still in here? Forge also saying, that's where all the shit from the top comes if it's not right. Ricardio is live right now and is having some issues if she had any ideas. Force, what are the nature of the issues? Here are the first things that I would tend to check if there's issues visually. Number one would be what the, number one, you can try notching down the bit rate. Number two, checking the codec. Some games work no game audio. So is it that he can't hear anything, or he can hear it fine and it's not coming out on the stream? Because that second thing, there was just a Windows update that really messed that up. And what I would recommend doing is checking basically in his streaming software, check to, if it's set to default device, change it to specifically what the device is, probably his headphones. Because, and here's the reason that I say that, we had to do that at the beginning of this stream. What changed on our end? Nothing, except for a new Windows update. And that's done, by the way, in like an OBS or Streamlabs OBS. That's done at the little gear icon next to the sound device. You go in there and gosh, it's going to be a little bit different on the different programs, but when you go in there, if it's set to default, that's where you drop it down and specify. And then that setting will be held onto until the next time Windows loads an update. Carol Luna's agreeing that he's had that happen too. But to further answer your question, Force, I believe Mia is currently playing some Red Dead Redemption 2 with friends online, so she may not be able to hear this. Oh, son of a... Just immediately saw more scrap to pick up, and it may not be a lot, but it's mine, damn it. Force, if you're here, what game is he playing? Because if it's Fortnite or something else that he's played before, then the Windows Update thing is the most likely situation. If it is a brand new game, that can be a little bit harder to parse out. But usually if the videos work... Sorry, usually if the visuals work, then from there, and it's just the audio, then it's just going to be the sound card settings. Cars, and he has played it before, so maybe the Windows Update. Yeah, that's what I'd have him look at. So I still don't know how to get up here, and when we managed to like use the grappling hook, the harpoon rather, to pull down the ladder, I thought maybe I would see something here that was similar, but yeah, man, I still can't see it. I still can't see how to get up here. This puzzle is now a few episodes old. Let me try shooting that gray barrel. It doesn't look particularly explosive, but a few episodes ago, we came to this place and there was a little bridge right there. There was a little bridge, but when I walked up to it, there was a little spark and suddenly it fell down. So now, yeah, you just... Are you fucking kidding me? That's all it was? Okay. Well, puzzle solved. So, Mia, the question is, Ricardio is having some trouble getting sound out of cars. And I was just sharing that with the recent Windows update. I can't believe that's how easy it was. With the recent Windows update, sometimes... Cool, I didn't need that fucking gasoline. Watch, now I'm not gonna have enough gasoline to do this. Yep, out of fuel. Out of fuel. I just blew up my only source of gasoline up here. Oh my god. Oh my god, okay. There was a recent Windows update. It screwed up the sound settings in OBS Streamlabs. In my experience, it would also screw it up in OBS. I think that if Ricardio goes to OBS, goes into the OBS settings and manually specifies what the sound device should be, it'll work properly. As we're saying, use the time stone. Oh, if only. The time stone allows you to do so many things. It allows you to bring your enemies back from the dead so that you can kill them in a more gruesome way later. And allows you to get back the fuel canisters that you blow up with explosive. Just so that everybody knows what happened, for some reason I thought B was the put down button, which it's never been in this game. There's no reason for me to have thought that. Oh, it's already fixed. Everything looks good in his stream now. Okay, excellent. Yeah, there's games that you look forward to, that you're excited to play, that you, that you know you're going to enjoy and you wind up playing at release. And then there's those games that just sort of like, they are there right at the time that you need them to be. And, you know, maybe other people have the same thing with for a particular book. Oh, actually, I got an example of a book. The Time Traveler's Wife was a great example where, like, that book, for a few different reasons, resonated in a particular way. And I really, really like that book. But yeah, there might be a book or a television series or a movie that strikes you. For me, a lot of my memories that are of this style are tied up in games, because I've been playing games for as long as I have been capable of thought. I've always enjoyed games. You know, there'll be times when there's like a board game or something that I really want to play, but for the most part, it's video games, and it always has been. That's always been my primary hobby. So there's more examples of a video game sort of being that thing that was there right when I needed it to be. Force says it resonated with Angel because he's a time traveler. Well, if I was a time traveler, I would have done things a little bit differently than how it's been presented in that book. That book was... It's very important to me that The Time Traveler's Wife was written by a woman, because if that particular story had been written by a guy, I feel like it would have had a very different connotation to it. I have to say, I'd always intended to go read her second book, called Her Terrible Symmetry. I think that's her second book, but have not yet read it. And I would like to say the name of the author that wrote The Time Traveler's Wife. However, if you go and look on Amazon at her name, I'm not sure how to pronounce it correctly or in a way that doesn't sound like I'm saying something else. So you can go onto Amazon, you can look up the author of The Time Traveler's Wife, and I think that if you do, you will see why I might be hesitant to attempt to pronounce that here. And I'm not being cute or funny. I may simply not know how it is intended to be pronounced, but I don't want to guess, so I will leave it to others to look that up. And I also want to specify, like for real, I'm not making fun either. I just don't want to be wrong.
He's gonna bang 40 rounds.
I'm not going to have a lot of shotgun shells in a second. But then again, they're not going to have a lot of cars in a second, so... Really, you can't... Okay, got it. That's what I was trying to do with the hook. Mia is recounting one of the elements in the book that didn't... Oh, wait. Wait, but that does happen in the book. Wait. I'm trying to think of why this is an issue, because the thing that Mia's describing... Oh, that's right. Okay, I don't want to give anything away in the book. That's what it is. I remember now. Okay, I'm sorry. This is going to be a very frustrating conversation for people who are either unfamiliar with the book or chat has expired and they cannot see what's being said. However, my concern is that what we're discussing happens deep enough into the story that it really would be a significant spoiler. So I'm going to err on the side of caution and not not say too much about it. Okay, so Mia is now going to go posse up in the world of Red Dead Redemption 2. Mia, I hope that you have a great time. Carolina says, this is how I feel borderline every time movies are discussed, and actors. Alright, okay, but you can totally get it. There we go. You know, I would like to also go do this as well. So, yeah, let's set a course there. And it looks like it's going to take us past these particular things. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to do this, then maybe that, and we're going to head up to that blue dot. I feel like I've also made this point on previous streams, but I will say it again just because the topic has come up. The movie version of The Time Traveler's Wife, I felt was shockingly incompetent. I thought that it was a very, very poor adaptation of that book. Okay, so yeah, no, what we want to do is get far enough away that they're not all red lighted. Okay, I did not realize this was on the way. Hey, do you mind if I hang out in here for a while? It's way quieter.
Two Towers of Doom. Great well there. I've watched for too long. My chances dwindle with my lust to die. You want to go? Then make sure to silence the war cry and choose either tower for entry. One of them even has an extra hidden entrance. Less protected. Bet you good fortune, killer.
This camp is made out of two rusty silos. One silo has a single entrance, but the other has two. Main defenses are positioned on top of both sides. There's snipers on the roof. The flame-type tanks are located on the roof. Alright. Now, for anybody wondering why doesn't he pull out his sniper rifle here, it's because the sniper rifle is actually part of the car, so... Is this a valid shot? Because it doesn't feel like it should be. Oh, I might be out of bullets now. Was that it? That was it. So I gotta say, I don't feel like it's very wise or plausible to fight this place with that many snipers without picking them off first. So instead, yeah, I don't care about doing that. So we can go up there, or we can dash south. Yeah, let's go do something else for a bit. What we're going to do is, I'm going to go do this jump, and then when we get further south, I'm going to stop in at one of the encampments down there, where we can refill all of our ammo, all of our gas, all that sort of stuff. I say, the storms not only sound great, they really do look great as well. Nah. Just looking to see if we could get maybe a nice shot for the header image, but just sort of like it looks a lot better in motion, I think. Boy, thank God for the mini-map. If not for that, I would not know where this road is. What they call flying instruments only. Oh, so if Cara Luna is still here, and if I'm even vaguely audible, we have installed... Ouch. Oh, hold on. I think I actually need to stop for some repairs. We have installed Terratech. And hopefully sometime pretty soon we will be doing at least an audition stream of it. Uh-oh. Alright, I wouldn't complain if one of these cars dropped some more fuel, because I just burned a lot more getting to, lighting these guys up. Because I want more boomsticks. Like, we can refill on everything if we go south of the Jaws again. Yeah, we've talked about it some. Cara Luna has really put me into, like, a design frame of mind with his recent, Space Engineers. Wait, is the storm still happening? Why do we still have, like, pieces of debris blowing here? Alright, well, I'm 100% getting these.
I'm going. Wait here.
Aye, I will defend you with my life.
And we'll see. You know, Terratech might be something that winds up not being, you know, really my thing. But that can be the fun of doing an audition stream for a game that you've never seen before. Every once in a while, be like, okay, this isn't for me, but I learned something, and I feel like there's a lot that you can get from watching somebody engage with something for the first time. You know, what is this? What are their expectations? What do they like versus not like? Even if they don't like it, you can learn a lot about it for yourself. Weird belly flop it. That's fine. Killing saying you burned a lot of fuel burning them. Oh yeah. Yep. Fuel gone to good to, you know, it was a good expenditure of fuel, but still want to make sure that we don't get left out in the middle of nowhere. I don't actually know what happens if you just straight up run out of fuel. All right, I want to get over to that other yellow hand with the gear around it, because that's another 400 and change, 500 pieces of scrap. So I sort of mentioned it in passing, and then we didn't say anything else about it except that it was good. Hell House LLC is an example of... It's a movie... So there's one thing that I think is important for people to know. It's not an issue that I have. It is an issue that some people have. It is a found footage movie with a lot of what that entails. That does include some... sort of like herky-jerky camera movements, you know, sort of that handheld camera style. It is not all the time. It's not going to, I think, trigger people in the same way that the original Blair Witch Project did, but it's prevalent enough that if you know in advance that that's a shooting style that you just cannot take, you cannot stomach it, then I don't think Hell House LLC would be a good fit. Outside of that, though, and also it is a horror movie. You can probably guess from the name, but it is a horror movie. Outside of that, I actually liked a bunch of things about it. It's one of those things where, as we talk about so frequently, if I don't like something, I will gleefully eviscerate it and describe all of the ways in which I consider it, oh, okay. I need to drive up on that, overpass. But when I like something, I become a lot more careful about how I talk about it because I want people to have the opportunity to discover it for themselves. And you can do that if you have Amazon Prime or like, I don't know, $2 or $3. It's not that much to rent. So I wanted to share that thought on it. It does have at least, I believe, 2 sequels. I'm very curious to see what the sequels are. Okay. Well, but I got the jump, and that's all I cared about. So, let's... Oh, there's actually another quest down here. Can I just fast travel there? I can. It save a lot of time here. Yeah, just walking in here refilled all my stuff. All my shivs, all my sniper bullets, all my shotgun cartridges, fuel, water. Yeah, a fully upgraded thing. And this is one of the advantages of doing all that southern stuff, getting it all taken care of. Like, it was well worth the effort. But, like, here's what's interesting to me. By choosing to do it this way, there was such a massive length of time between, like, I don't know, episode 7 and episode 12. And actually, it might have been longer than that. It was like episode 4 and episode 12 when we sort of like rounded up all the story content, but we're still in the South, like going around doing stuff. And I've had a great time. It felt like there was a real drop off in the story delivery for a long time.
We got all the powder we need. Enough to trade.
You really want to put Black in the hands of anyone?
Anyone who ain't Scrotus. I need you to open a passage into the Dead Barons for me to send caravans over. You get me one of the big fuel trucks out there and we'll pack it with explosives. It should make a big hole in that wall. You'll be able to feed your shooter and the Dead Barons too.
Find a fuel truck for Jeet to rig with explosives, then use it to blow open a passage into Dead Barons. An armory project. Oh, the reward will be an armory project in Pink Eyes and Deep Friar's Stronghold. So I think the armory is what allows me to get bullets. So I immediately want to do this. Playing with fire. Let's go do this. Because I really want to be able to get bullets. I don't want to have to come all the way down here every time I want to get more bullets. Now, before we go, are there any other cars that I want to do? Because I can see here that I've unlocked some new stuff. Let's come here and top speed is twice as fast as with the stock exhaust. Get that. Suspension. All right, and then here we've got some foot ornaments. I'm good with it. Gain a weaponry boost. I'm fine. All right, now let's look at our Archangels. Is there anything new that we can do? We are currently driving this guy right here, Righteous Spike. We could do Speed Demon, correct. This seems new, I think. I think it is. So 3 parts missing, 2 parts missing. Oh, Rule of War. Yep. Got it. All right. Oh, Lord Gravel. I really want this one. Can I look at what it's missing? Complete extra requirement to unlock. Complete extra requirement. That's all it's going to tell me, huh? Oh, extra requirement. The Big Chief V8. Yeah, can't do that yet then. Nope. No. 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 Okay. So I need a better engine for some of this stuff. Let's try Rule of War. The soldier, the trusted warrior, armed for sacred warfare in desolate and hellish lands, beware infidel hordes, here comes the righteousness. Sure. All right. And now I might fast travel again. Let's see what we want to do. Where can I fast travel? So I can fast travel up here. That's good. But I want to, yeah, I want to get the fuel truck.
Hey, a sacred carcass! Right there! More scrap for us!
So I don't know what he's talking about there, where he says more scrap for us.
Oh, there's the convoy!
Now to keep this truck intact.
Shotgun to wheel!
Alright, I gotta be a little bit judicious in what I'm blowing up here. Okay, I think I took out... Nope, there's still one more friend. Okay, sure, tire, you know, whatever. Whatever gets him off my case. Alright, so... Now, he, Chum Bucket said shotgun to tire, so... I'm feeling like that's what I need to do. Oh, wait, can I just hook the guy out of his driver's seat? Because that seems like a easy way to bring this to a halt. All right. Hey, Chum Bucket, you hold on to that for me?
I need to polish some hard to get
Take care of
parts
the car.
in engine bay.
Okay, wait, I don't need to go anywhere now. I need to go back here.
The Angel. Call us when you're ready.
Okay. I've been trying to think if there's, like, what could be added, like, just for me, what could they add to something like Space Engineers that would improve the experience from, like, a goal standpoint, like something that you're trying to do. And I'm not sure if there is something. Okay, so I brought back so that's it?
Go talk to my little powder cook and he'll rig that thing to go. Boom!
Drive the rigged fuel truck to the breach point. All right. So... do I just drive it out of here like I would any other vehicle? I think so. It's not giving me a select vehicle option.
We got plenty and more coming all the time.
Okay.
Corpses are good for maggot farms, but never knew they could be good for
Yeah, sometimes over here it'll say, like, you know, choose vehicle. The fact that it's not saying that at all makes me think that when I go outside I'm just going to be teleported into the... Nope. Carolyn is saying you do have the scenarios. Are, like, so Carolyn, maybe I'm just, like, turned around on it, but aren't the scenarios... Sorry, I see him now. Aren't the scenarios just, like, different starting situations?
Jeet said to talk to you.
Yes, don't worry. I will prep the truck adequately.
All right, so we need to get this unblowed up to the breach point. I'm just going to drive a little bit carefully. Yeah, Cara Luna's been doing like missions and stuff in Space Engineers, which is really interesting to me. I didn't do any of those when I did discover that such things were available, mostly because they're timed in real time. So if something says that it's got like a 3-hour deadline, as far as I know, I don't think that's 3 hours of gameplay. I think that that's actually 3 hours of real time. And there would be so few opportunities when I would want to take something on knowing that I have a real world deadline to do it by. I feel like I have a lot of real world deadlines as it is. I'm not sure that I want to add them to a game. Elite Dangerous is the same way for my producer. Like, not a lot of missions that are like you have to do this over the next like 70 hours or something like that, because there's too many things to do in the real world. I can't commit to that video game. Carolyn is saying, nope, you have specific things to do. It's kind of like a story, but a very weak one. Well, see, a very weak story, I think, is important in Space Engineers. I'll have to check out some of the scenarios, Carolina. Boy, I'm having one of those days where I'm just like, I want another meal. I don't know why. Okay. So we'll just park it in here.
Fuse is lit. Time to get out of here.
Jeet now has a new route leading into Dead Barrens, and so do I, which may prove to be very useful. Alright, Armory project available. Now, available or completed? Do we know? Return to Stronghold? Yeah, okay. No, let's just do it. Let's just get this off the table right now, because otherwise I'm going to forget to do it, and then every time I go in, I'm not going to get refilled on weaponry and stuff. Unless, of course, it tells me in my face like that every time I come in. There we go. I think it's probably back here. I was hoping to grab that screenshot before the logo came up, because I like the wide shot of the, or maybe the long shot of the throne. Okay, also, I can also do it at Deep Friars. No, I'm at Deep Friars. I can also do it at Pink Eyes. Yes. Yeah, let's just cross this off the list of things to do. I'm just looking around to see if I can see where it is. Like, it's not that. This is the scrap crew thing. So, Kara Luna, let me ask you a question. Outside of anime, is there a movie or a TV show that you really did connect with, that you had a good time with it, or is it just generally speaking you're not into those as a form of entertainment? Because it's fine either way. Like, I have a lot of friends who enjoy, like, they really like professional sports and have specific teams that they care about, and you know, follow how well they're doing and what their trades are and stuff. And to me, that's I feel like I probably think of that in the same way that you do when like movies and stuff come up here. It's like I'm glad that people like that. I'm glad that they have the thing that they like, but it just doesn't do anything for me. And that's fine. It's not a judgment. It's just, yeah, that's not for me. But I am curious if there's like, because I can answer the question for myself. There's no sports, real world sports thing that I've ever seen, like in terms of like a match, a game, a playoff, that like captured my attention, that I enjoyed. I don't dislike going to like hockey games and stuff. I don't get very much out of it. All right, I still want to get up here, but now that's right. I wanted to be able to snipe these fellows, and now I can do that.
What treasure awaits? Some big bad armor on these small ones, huh?
Oh, whoops. Okay. Yeah, I don't really care about finishing the rest of that fight. Killer says there has been before, but gaming kind of took over. For example, Buffy, Angel, Supernatural, Xena, and all the Star Treks. I actually saw somebody like really sort of like burn Buffy earlier. I didn't realize that. I guess the popular opinion on that has really turned against Buffy as an entertainment project. I know that Joss Whedon has some things to answer for. I'm not well positioned to talk about those things. But I didn't realize that like Buffy as a product, as a source of entertainment, was something that people were now like rallying against. Because I remember it fondly. I confess that it's been a while since I've seen it. And Angel, I really, really like. I mean, there's a point in Angel that I think I've talked about this in the past. I want to say it's right around like season 3. I think it's right around the midpoint in season 3, where everything in Angel is firing so perfectly. It's like the situation is set up so well, and the different characters are pursuing their different agendas with different levels of knowledge about what's going on, and it's a very, very impressively crafted situation. And not only do I adore watching that part of Angel, but it makes me want to be a writer. Like, it makes me want to participate in the creation of something that is that well executed. Whoops. I really did intend to ram into that. Trying. I really can't complain about the speed at which he puts a car out, but I would like him to go somewhat faster.
Opus is ready to eat blacktop.
Killing saying also documentaries can be very interesting. I have no idea about season this and that. Yeah, and I want to, as always, when I really like something, because as hard as it is to believe, it's still possible that somebody listening to this will say, really, Angel was good? I really hadn't thought about it, like ever watching it, but yeah, I'll go give it a shot. So I don't want to ruin it. Maybe someday we'll get a little bit more in depth to it.
He's going head on.
Ouch. Yeah, Angel was interesting as a show because if you ever go back and watch the first season of Angel, it really does feel like they were doing an everything in the kitchen sink, that there wasn't a lot of confidence yet about exactly what Angel was going to be, what niche it was going to fill in terms of, you know, what are our stories going to be about, basically. What genre is Angel going to be? And what types of adventures are he and the crew going to go on? And season 1 was them finding that... Okay, turn it off, though. Season 1 was them sort of finding their footing on that. And as a result, the first season of Angel, as with a lot of Joss Whedon series, is a little bit all over the place. And like really all over the place in terms of like one episode. Okay, that looks very dumb. No. One episode is like, you know, people from an alternate dimension, and one of them is like a time travel thing, or, you know, ish. And so they tried a lot of different storytelling hooks, and then in the second season they came into it with a much clearer idea on what the show was going to be. The fuel is low, and we actually don't have a fuel canister, so we're gonna head to this watering hole. A lot of the watering spots do have fuel as well, so we're gonna go see what we can find. Jeff says it seems strange to have a controversy, 20 years later? Well, so I feel a little bit like the definition, like what people expect in terms of good... Okay. All right. Turns out, maybe not the best place to have popped out. Okay. Sorry, I'm having a very bad time right now. I want to... There we go. Yeah, I really got worked out there. At the time that Buffy and Angel came out, a lot of people felt very positively about the way that it had, like Buffy in particular, had what felt like a very female-centric cast. Like relative to the other things that were on at the time, Buffy felt groundbreaking and well-written, and that it embraced, you know, well-rounded characters, and a lot of people celebrated it for those reasons. And now I think like what might be happening is there's been a lot of other entertainment since then that has done similar things, done them better, pushed the bar a lot further past anything that Buffy did well, and now people are looking back and saying, oh, in retrospect, Buffy wasn't, you know, very good and it had all of these shortcomings. And that's a case that can be made, and there's certainly people making it. But I would submit that looking at...
Are you away on one of your...
There might be some benefit in looking at Buffy... Whoops, hold on. No, I actually need to put that fuel into the thing. Hold on a second. Take fuel can. There might be some value in looking at Buffy relative to the other things that were on at the time, what the environment was when Buffy was made, as opposed to comparing it to things that are out now. That does not mean that Buffy is without flaws. It is to say that Buffy is probably a lot better than a lot of its contemporaries when it was out. But I will again also note that it's been a very long time since I've seen it, and there can be things like, you know, in Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure, there's now somewhat famously a moment where Bill and Ted embrace, and then they quickly break off the embrace and use a homophobic slur. And when that movie came out, that was something that you heard around a lot. In retrospect, like when I say in retrospect, what I mean is the culture has changed in a way that now I feel like people realize, like, and including the people, like, you would never put something like that into a movie today. At the time, because that kind of casual bigotry was much more common, it simply didn't raise eyebrows at the time like it does now. And that's, like, it's wrong. It's wrong that it was ever used. It's wrong that it was just sort of, like, shruggingly accepted as the part of the culture. That's different from saying that the fact that that moment exists in the movie betrays malice in the hearts of the people that made it. There simply was a different level of recognition about, like, no, that's not cool, it's super wrong. So hopefully I'm being somewhat clear here.
The rig must be inside.
Jeff says, okay, Dr. Teflon saying pretty much with any media, and I'm sure there were people at the time who also pointed out but minorities and etc. And, like, maybe that's a thing. Maybe there was a lot more discourse around Buffy or that moment in Bill and Ted. What it comes down to is there was less representation from people who justifiably would have pointed at that moment in Bill and Ted and said, yo, that's wrong. Why do you have to do a slam on gay and queer people there? What's the point? It's not funny. It's not germane to the moment. It just comes across as ugly and hateful. Those voices were probably out there. I have no doubt in my mind that there were people that watched this movie that was fundamentally about being excellent to each other. The actual tagline of the film that out of nowhere has this completely uncalled for slam against an underrepresented section of the population. And that sucks. And at the time, those voices were not being surfaced, they weren't being listened to, they weren't being respected. And now, okay, pull with vehicle it says, now they have more representation than they did then. You know, I feel like that's hopefully fair to say. So let me just pull this. Come on. There we go. All right, is there anything I want further down there? I'm not sure.
Sit tight.
Ugh, I don't want to walk through this sludge. All right, do I want that? I feel like I want that. Killer says, man, those movies, that humor is a bit over the top for me. A lot of the, like, Bill and Ted was a very, very silly movie when it came out. The thing was, it was silly in a way that felt really good-hearted in every way except for the moment. And also, I should note that both Keanu Reeves and Alex Winters, and I want to say that, like, the producers of the film have said, yeah, are bad on that. Like full-on mea culpa. That was an off-the-cuff thing. We shouldn't have had it in there. It sucked, and we apologize. And yeah, I want to say I've never actually seen Bogus Journey, the second Bill and Ted movie, but in the third movie that came out relatively recently, my understanding is that it has, like, oh, that was a good ambush. I did not see you, sir. In the third movie, there's nothing like that at all. I have not seen the third movie, so I don't know. But, like, I'm a big fan of the original Twilight Zone, like the Rod Serling Twilight Zone, because over and again, the messages of the Twilight Zone are hatred, bigotry, judgment of others, selfishness, callousness, hatred. I think I already said hatred. These things will be your undoing. These things will destroy you. They will destroy the things you care about and the people that you care about and the society that you care about. And, well, okay, without belaboring the point, that is absolutely the mainline thought of Rod Serling's Twilight Zone all the way through. And I frankly feel that a lot of the later Twilight Zones that have come out have either misunderstood that message and thought that the Twilight Zone was good because it was about twist endings and people like bad things happening to people regardless of who they were, and that's super not where Rod Serling was coming from, or just like ooh, shocking twist endings and stuff, or they're just they're too afraid to make a statement. And man, of all the things that you could say about the Twilight Zone, it was not afraid to make a statement. It wasn't afraid to let you know exactly where it was coming from. So that's my thoughts on it. However, there's no doubt in my mind that in the year 2021, you can look back on the morals and ideals of this show that was made in the I want to say the late 1950s, but certainly the 1960s. Look back on it and say, oh man, that's not real good representation. That comes across real bad these days. And yeah, it does. And yes, it should have been better. It could have been better. It deserves better. However, those shortcomings do not betray a, lack of morality or some deep-seated hatred by the people that made it. It's simply reflective of the time. It's just another example. Dr. Teflon said, to be honest, I never watched Bill and Ted. My go-to fun movie is Airplane, which also has its share of flaws. Agreed and agreed. I've probably seen Airplane way more times than Bill and Ted. I do really, really like Bill and Ted. I have no good explanation for you onto why I've never seen the Bill and Ted's Bogus Journey, except it just looked dumb. Like, I haven't seen it. I can't say that it is dumb. It just kind of looked dumb. And Kierlun is saying that he has seen Bill and Ted 1 and 2. So I've come back for this for obvious reasons. I want to collect it, whatever it is, even if I wind up leaving this area. I don't want to miss it and forget it. High value vehicle. Sure, let's go do this. So I'm going to return it to a stronghold. This one feels like it's probably the closest. Okay. It would not surprise me at all. This is how fast I back up, by the way. This may be one of the parts that I need for one of the Archangels. Or it might just be worth like a massive amount of scrap. I'm good either way. But we can... I am throttling, I guarantee you. Go. Oh my god. I just want to make sure that I don't bang it up too much because I don't have Chum Bucket here to... Oh, fuck! Oh, that guy really wanted to get me. Okay, can I please go here now? That is the closest one, right? Or is it Pink Eyes? Well, Pink Eyes makes me drive past this, and I don't want to do that, so... Oh my goodness, wow! Go Hybrid, thank you so much for the gift sub that went to apparently her. I really appreciate it. Jab says seemed bogus. Yeah, Bogus Journey was, Jab says I've seen both of them once a long time ago. And I might really love, Bogus Journey. Alright. Can I get a good... Oh, look at the, like, shockwave. Look at the shockwave coming out of that. Unfortunately, I don't really like that shot. Okay, slow it down. I'm actually probably familiar with a variety of scenes that happen in Bogus Journey because, like, friends talked about it, and I did sit down to watch it at one point, but wound up getting called away for something else. I think, like, my friends came over or something. We wound up doing something else, and I never went back to it. Yeah. So wait, did Go Hybrid say anything else? Because I didn't see them in the chat. Apparently it did. It did what? Sorry, I'm very, very grateful, and I just want to make sure that I didn't miss anything else that Go Hybrid had said. Doesn't look like it. Okay, well, but Go Hybrid, thank you so much. Hopefully, apparently her enjoys both Mad Max and some 13 Sentinels, which are the two games, or maybe TerraTech, because I feel like that's coming up. Go Hybrid is a quiet one today, and no worries. Well, very much appreciated, and otherwise, you are welcome to lurk. I will not continue to... You know, sometimes you just want to, like, chill out. You don't want to have the streamer constantly addressing you. Oh, we got a new, a new clip from Cara Luna. I'll look forward to seeing that. Wow, wait, Deep Fry's Temple is completely done? That's interesting. How about Pink Eyes? No, that's where I need all the other stuff. All right, so back to what I was doing in the Northern Temple, Northern Tunnels. I figured if I didn't get that high value vehicle now, I was gonna wind up forgetting that it was there, wandering away. I'll tell you what, I would like to see them... The fact that we will never get a sequel to Alita Battle Angel. Like, I don't know if, like Samalander, and I know that Cara Luna's here, but, like, if Samalander is, like, stepped away. But, like, in the... I don't know that Alita Battle Angel is an anime. It feels like one for the live-action version that they made. But that was surprisingly good, and I am extremely disappointed that that movie did so poorly that we are very unlikely to ever get a sequel to it. Because that movie would really benefit from having a second part. Also, since Mia's not here to broach this, I know that Mia is, like, not at all a fan of Back to the Future Part 2. I actually don't know where she falls on Back to the Future Part 3, but I really like Part 2. I'm not sure that I can... The Back to the Future movies, maybe it's because I saw them at the right age. Maybe it's the era in which they came out. Maybe it's the impact that they've gone on to have on... like, popular ideals of time travel and stuff, but I don't really think of my favorite or least favorite Back to the Future movies. I just sort of think of it as one story. So, to me, you can't get to the Back to the Future 3 without seeing Back to the Future Part 2, and you certainly don't want to see 2 without having watched the first one. It's... You know, as I understand it, Back to the Future was not actually ever intended to have a sequel. The to be continued was just sort of like a fun LARP that they did at the end of the first one, and there wasn't a lot of expectation. Like, maybe they had ideas, but not a lot of expectation that it was ever going to be revisited. As with so many things, I could be wrong about this, but it's my... Oh. Okay, there we go. I just want to get the light on. So the fact that the three movies link together as exhaustively as they do, that there's so many connections between them, and the consistency that they were able to sort of like retcon into it, I just really, really like the Back to the Future movies. Oh, I wanted to get a nice... Could you get out of here? I don't think I'm gonna get the screenshot that I want, but like... Yeah, I don't know. Actually, this looks really cool. Yeah, right here. Right here. No, let's get the fourth guy in there. Okay, capture image. F12. And I don't think I can get his light on without them, Can I get maybe one more with the light on? Yeah, I wanted it with the light off at first just because their eyes were glowing and I thought that looked good. This might play better, so I'm just going to grab this. All right. Okay, now we can fight everybody. Oh, damn it. I really want to shoot the little guy. Yes, get that guy. Thank you.
More of you?
Kira Luna also loves all the Back to the Future movies. Go Hybrid says, I guess it's poetic justice. 2 McFlys with the same gun. Oh, man. See, now I'm feeling bad. Is that a... 2 McFlys with the same gun? That is... Is that from part 2? I'm trying to think of who the first one was, because did Biff... Guys, like, we can't, like, Back to the Future is too old and too well known to not have spoilers about it. Biff shot Marty's father as well? Is that what I'm remembering? Wow, it's been a long time since I've seen that. Oh, and Jab says, I pretty much only a part 1 for Back to the Future. Go Hybrid says, I had a friend who played a game in the bar after work. One would think a person plays for a thing from one of the 3 movies, and the other could only ask yes or no questions to figure out what it was. Wow, from like Back to the Future specifically? Jeez. It's been a long time since I've seen them. I've actually thought about showing like my niece or nephew Back to the Future, but I really cannot envision that they would care at all. It doesn't seem like something they'd be even remotely interested in. And then Go Hybrid is saying these... Wait, what am I doing? These guys remind me of the cave fish from Full Throttle in Biff's Mansion. Okay.
There it is.
Sorry, not Full Throttle in Biff's Mansion. 2 separate ideas there.
Big one.
Also, it must be said, anytime that we discuss Back to the Future or the Wing Commander franchise, Tom Wilson, the actor who played Biff Tannen, is... as always... Oh, hold on. What? I thought we were going to get some dialogue there. As always, I don't know what the man is like in real life. I can only say that in every interview and sort of like other engagement that I've seen him in, he is delightful. He is very smart. He's very funny. He's good with the guitar. He's not a bad singer. Like Tom Wilson is, again, I have no idea if in the real world the man is a huge asshole. I don't know. All I know is that I've gone to go see him live at like doing comedy. He's, I don't want to oversell it, but hilariously funny. I really enjoyed his act. And he just seems like a super swell guy. I want him to be in real life the way that he portrays himself in interviews and stuff. And who knows? Okay, I'm really trying to figure out how to get to that blue dot. Oh, do I just walk up to this though? No, I definitely need to get around this. Go Hybrid says, wow, Wing Commander, that takes me back. The Kilrathi in 3 gave me nightmares. Really? The costumes in 3 don't hold up super well, but though they didn't give me nightmares, I was so impressed. Like, Go Hybrid, you have... You really cannot envision how many times I watched the opening cinematic to Wing Commander 3. I watched it over and over and over again. I showed it to my friends. It was like nothing I had ever seen. I mean, like, obviously it was like things that I'd seen in movies, but like on a PC computer screen, it was so impressive.
She meant.
Searching the war rig paid off. Now to get out of this hellhole. Which probably means that we will be, ooh, sniper rifle upgrade.
I'm out of here.
Hey, I feel like I was being promised to fight. What happened to all that sound? This is me holding down the sprint button. Just so that everybody knows, like, I'm not just, like, hoofing it for fun. God, are we allowed to have Wing Commander 3 spoilers? Everybody who's watching, I'm just gonna let you know, because I'm not even sure that there's any easy way to play these games, and mechanically, Wing Commander 3 does not hold up, because I've tried to play it. In terms of the time and effort that was put into the story, like, Wing Commander 3 might be the first game I ever played that had that style of, like, A or B decision making. And A was always, like, it was rudimentary. A was always, I'm a nice guy who wants to get on well with my shipmates and be a positive influence. And B was always, I'm a selfish shithead. Why would you even ever choose this option? Oh, and it also had romanceable NPCs. Like, I don't remember where Wing Commander 3 came out in relation to things like Baldur's Gate, but I want to say that it predated it, and by a lot. Was Wing Commander 3 the first game that I ever played that had, like, romance options? I think it was. Like, Wing Commander 3 was a big damn deal. But the specific spoiler thing, so everybody, I'm about to spoil a really big element of the main plot in Wing Commander 3. One thing that bothered me, that I was very disappointed in at the time, I wasn't angry about it, but it bothered me, and it doesn't bother me less thinking about it now. I really dislike the fact that there's a major plot twist in Wing Commander 3 where it turns out that the traitor aboard the Excalibur? What the hell was the name of the ship that they were all hanging out on? The traitor on the ship was Hobbs, the Kilrathi that had defected from the Kilrathi and had flown with the humans throughout a large portion of Wing Commanders 2 and all of its subsequent expansion pack. Hobbs being a little bit, like, probably a little bit too cute of a nod to Calvin and Hobbes, because he was a tiger, like a talking tiger, but that was fine. Hobbs was such a cool character. He was an awesome character in Wing Commander 2 and its expansions. He was an awesome character in Wing Commander 3. And to be perfectly blunt, it felt like he was the traitor exclusively for the shock value. Wing Commander 3 asks you to accept the idea that Hobbs defected from the Kilrathi, lived among humans, was treated well, respected, gained like honorary military rank as a human pilot, and all of it was some sort of a long con so that years later he could betray the humans. It doesn't even really make a lot of sense. And even as I say this, it's possible that there was a plot element that he had been like a sleeper agent and he had earnestly believed that he was on the side of the humans, but then he was like hypnotically triggered. I really don't remember, but I didn't like it from a storytelling standpoint because he had been one of my favorite characters and I was mad about it then. I'm kind of mad about it now.
Oi, dust trudger. I reckon you're looking to get inside that huge slaughterhouse there. You gotta beef up your ride to go. And bring many a thundering sticks if you can launch them.
All right, stick to your car as much as possible. There's a project part in the northern encampment. I'll also say this about, Go Hybrid had said, Wing Commander 3 romance options just as in real life, I was bound to disappoint someone. Yeah, that's my memory, is that in Wing Commander 3, whether you chose to go with, I don't remember, there was the mechanic and there was the pilot, and I do not remember their names even a little bit, but whoever you went with, you would have a scene where you had to let the other one know it's like, it's not going to work out. And those were really hard. Also, one of them, forgive me for not remembering the character names, but the mechanic was played by, I believe her name is Ginger Lynn Allen, who I did not know at the time that I was playing it that she was, and for all I know still is. Hi, can I please shoot this person? All right, it keeps like locking me on to something just to that person's right, so I'm just going to shoot down the tower instead. Oh. Okay. Sorry, I'm just looking for the... Okay, maybe I can't shoot this tower down, or at least I can't see it well enough to do it.
Shot will regret slinging lead at us.
All right, well... Sorry for the lack of dialogue here, but lining up sniper shots. What, really? Usually shoot down one of those. Okay. Okay, anything else I need to worry about? Oh, I'm gonna shoot that for good measure. I had no idea that she was a porn star when I watched it. I actually really liked her. I just liked her whole thing, man. She seemed super cool. She seemed laid back. She knew how to keep all the like ships and stuff in order. There was no the thing about the pilot, and this was common with a lot of the pilots in the oh, can I shoot that? Ooh. Oh, come on, just once. Okay. Carolina says, speaking of cinematics, for some reason the opening in MechWarrior 4 Mercenaries is pure magic. You know what else? The opening to MechWarrior 2. I remember seeing that for the first time, like that CGI cinematic. It doesn't hold up now, but man, that was impressive. Jab is also saying, so did Charlie Sheen. Why, did he date her for a while? I would believe almost anything that people say about Charlie Sheen.
It's ranked.
Okay, So it really wants me to know about the oil camp there, and what I mostly want to see is what are my... What are my weapon options?
Let me get my hands on you!
Also, I have to say that knowing that Ginger Lynn Allen was a porn star wouldn't have made any difference. Like, I engaged with her entirely on how she was in that game, and she seemed super cool. Like, I don't know. She was for sure my default romance option, and the one that I pursued the most frequently, and I replayed that game multiple times, but I did it, I romanced with her once, she was my romance choice once, and then I also did the other character, whoever the pilot was, and then at one point, just to have like the full vision of things, I did the romance nobody option, because I wanted to see what happened at the end of the game. It was just Blair, like, sitting by himself. Ouch. This is feeling a little dire. Oh, they blew off their own, whatever you call it. Stabilizing wire. I would like to pull this down as well. The way I feel about it, a sniper cannot respawn in that tower if there is no tower. Killian says, oh, and Dark Angel, one of my favorite TV series, going back to TV series. Jab says, I never watched Dark Angel. It was on opposite Buffy. I saw exactly one... Well, I was about to say one episode, but I think one scene of Dark Angel. That might be a little bit more accurate. And it was right at the beginning when... It was Jessica Alba in that, wasn't it? Jessica Alba... does like a barroom trick where somebody picks up a phone and they hit redial so that it just plays the touch tones, and by hearing the touch tones she goes like 311-72456 or like whatever it was. And I always thought that was a cool way to establish that this character is a pretty smart cookie. Pretty good at recognizing sounds and tones. And also, for a lot of years now, I've wondered, could somebody, like some people have perfect pitch? Can somebody with perfect pitch just do that? Like, if you have perfect pitch and you know exactly what note it is, then you would think that you'd also be able to tell... Oh, hold on, I'm getting rammed. Like, if you heard the touch tones on a phone a couple times, then you'd know what number corresponded to what tone. And I'm not saying that, like, I'm just sort of... I've always been curious. Is that a thing? But, Kira Luna, I think that you might be the first person that I've spoken with who watched Dark Angel. It's just, it's not a knock against its quality. It just seemed like something that didn't catch anybody in my friends group. I think rolling is slightly faster than trudging. I knew people that watched Buffy and Angel. I knew people that watched Twin Peaks, but I just never knew somebody who had gotten into Dark Angel. Well, to be honest, I would have just done one shotgun shell. Why? What? Okay. Oh, let me do this ramp if I can. It's a bonus objective. I'll be back for the ramp. I just also don't want to die. Hey, maybe that'd be fun to like ask Mia if maybe after some other things are done, if that wasn't the correct ramp, if maybe a Dark Angel series of watch parties someday. That'd be fun. Revisit that. Dr. Teflon says,
Here's Tank Sly Bear!
sorry, Dr. Teflon says, yes, and that's why a lot of phones nowadays have some sort of neutral tone. I could and can figure out which number the person dialed. Really? That's super cool. I don't have any, like, tricks like that. Or abilities. I really shouldn't call it a trick. But, like, that skill set. All right. Maybe from the ground? I don't know. Oh, yeah. I could go with this. Hold on. I kind of like this. Wait, how do you capture image? Got it. And F12. I'm going to have a lot of weird screenshots coming out of this one. Killian says, and no, I didn't hate Jessica Alba at the time, but I love the setting of that show too. And Jab says it's available on one of the big channels. All right, so I'm looking for... Wow. I feel like I've taken out a lot of the defenses. What I was wowing there is like how little I've done so far. So let's see if maybe it's time to get out of the car. Oh yeah, massive gate. Oh, harpoon restricted. Does that mean I... On at least one occasion, it was like, oh, restricted. And then it turned out that it's fine. Nope. Okay, so... just get a little bit of distance here.
We've come through!
Wait here.
Oh, more fuel. Here's what's interesting. Like, this section of the game has actually been the first time so far that I've really been like, oh man, not only, like, I don't have a fuel can, and I can't find enough fuel to fill the tank up completely, which has been a cool place to be in. Now, this one I'm going to put into the back, because I don't think that I have one currently. Hold on. No! If I could just put this away before something bad happens. Oh, let me pick this up as well. So, I can see the Scrotus insignia and stuff, but let's go up here, because that bright red glow is a different insignia up here. Yeah, and like, there was a lot of hype around Dark Angel when it came out, because it was... I don't remember if Jessica Alba was particularly famous at the time, but James Cameron certainly was, and he was like an executive producer, like show creator. I kind of feel like Dark Angel was what happened when somebody flagged him down and rolled down his window real quick and tell everybody like, yeah, that sounds good. Sure, go ahead and do that. But I could be wrong. Maybe he was intimately involved in every step of the creation project. James Cameron is famously like a a big workaholic. James Cameron works very, very hard at a lot of different aspects of everything on his film. And I think came up through, like, visual effects work. Or maybe practical effects work, whatever we'd call it these days. But that was... He really made a name for himself by doing a lot of... Okay. A lot of different jobs around the movie set. And... basically becoming indispensable. So he knows a lot of different stuff. So yeah, maybe he was very involved in Dark Angel. I think I tricked myself out of being in the right place.
We must get on with our sacred mission.
Oh, you know what? This is now infinite fuel. So this one must be full, and I don't actually know that the one that I put in there is full. I do not know of a way to check how much gas is in the can, but we have seen some recently that are not full. If this one's coming off like an infinite stack, I feel like this one has to be full. Hey, has anybody seen that the Addams Family, like, animated thing that just came out? Curious if that turned out to be any good. And it may not have come out yet. This might be a premature question. Netflix is also doing some television series about Wednesday Addams. Which, like, a very, very small part of me is like, well, why Wednesday? But then when I think about it, like, if they're going to advance the Addams Family timeline beyond the, like, you know, nuclear family that we've been most accustomed with, who else would you want to see a movie about? Like, does anybody really want to see Pugsley? The Pugsley Show? I feel like I'm good. Pubert. Have an all-new Addams Family television series about Pubert. We're good then, right? Like, this area is all set? I feel like we've done everything here. This is a very large compound, so I think there's going to be some other areas to explore. I read, cannot personally vouch for, the fact that Charles Addams, the creator of the Addams Family, had originally named the character Pugsley Pubert. Like, that was the original name for that character, and the newspaper editors, or I want to say it was like his editor, or the newspaper editor was like, no, Pubert, what are you talking about? That sounds like puberty. We can't put that into a newspaper. My God, the scoundrel. So it was changed to Pugsley instead, and that's why in I think it's Addams Family Values, but that's where the name Pubert came from. Okay, fine. Can I hook it? Like, puncture it? No? Okay. Well, there's a gas canister right there. I just want to park far enough away that I don't get blown up myself. Jav saying there was a web series about Wednesday. Yeah, wasn't that on Netflix? Didn't I read that? Because it was one of those things where I read a lot of criticism about the fact that it was being done. Because it's the internet and we just... No! Shit! I meant to put it down. I thought if I put it down right here, I could get both. Well... Don't fuck up. Hey, I got both. I guess my why Wednesday part of it is, I just don't, there's nothing about Wednesday Addams that says to me that she has a more interesting or well fleshed out personality than any of the other Addamses. Like, they might as well do a television series about Lurch and what he was up to every time somebody wasn't ringing. Coming soon, the Grandmama Show. It's all about what she was doing. But I guess isn't it like an older Wednesday Addams? Isn't that the hook? Because I'm fine with that. Like, what would Wednesday be like as a teenager, young adult? I guess if she's a teenager, then everybody else is going to be there, and my sense is this is more of a solo outing for her. Boy, I did not know the name of the actor. So Jab is saying this was a while ago, maybe 10 years ago, and I think she was in college. Wow. I never heard anything about this. I do not know the name of the actor who originally played Gomez Addams, but there's something really delightful to me about his cameo in the Addams Family movie. Maybe it's just that actor, maybe it's just the way that he emotes. He just seemed so tickled to be, even as a cameo, in this big screen adaptation, and to have Raul Julia playing his character. It's just a very, very fun moment in that movie. All right, so we have to make some tough decisions about whether or not I'm going to spend time finding the remaining scrap. I'm going to take a quick look around, but I feel like there's a lot more scrap to find, and I have so much scrap that I'm not really worried about it. Who was, Wednesday Addams in the movie? Wasn't that Christina Ricci? She did a really good job. I also I liked what they did with the lighting for Morticia Addams in the movies, where she was also always, who was it, like, was it Angelica Houston who played Morticia Addams in the movie? But she was always like, Morticia was always like shrouded in darkness, in shadow, except for this one like ray of light that would be across her eyes. And that's how she's shot all of the time in the movie. It's really well done. It's a very iconic look. As far as I can tell, and I'm not the biggest like master of the original Addams Family television series, but like that's not how she was shot in the show. I don't know why they're doing that, but I like it. It's just a fun little touch that she's like this mistress of the deep or whatever. I don't know what they're going for. Yeah, I don't care about getting the last two pieces of scrap. So, let's, go blow up this catapult. Boy, oh, thinking about Addams Family. One of the things that you do during Mad Max. When I was growing up, I saw the Munsters first. So I sort of thought that the Addams Family was a ripoff of the Munsters and didn't know that the reverse was actually true. It has now been a very, very, very long time since I've seen the Munsters. I don't think it would hold up for me. And to be blunt, I don't even know what it is about the Addams Family that does make it, I don't know that I can say hold up, but endure. Like, would my niece and nephew care at all about Gomez Addams and his family? I don't know. But I guess it's the fact that, like, in the Munsters, he's just a Frankenstein monster. Like, he just is. And his wife is the wife of Frankenstein, and the little boy is the Wolfman boy. Like, there's no mystery at all as to the fact that these are movie monsters that are just like living in a suburban neighborhood. Whereas the Addams Family, there is always that element of like, what is up with these guys? Like what is their whole deal? What is it that they... What's going on here? And I think that level of uncertainty makes the Addams Family a lot more fun than a guy who's just plainly and unambiguously a Frankenstein monster.
Stay. Guard the car.
Oh, crap.
I will not leave her here.
You always have a lot more time to line up the shot than I think you do. They just turned around. Uh-oh, did this guy die? Hey, I have your water. Get up. Come on. You can make it and I can see you through.
Water.
Jab is saying the original show was black and white. That makes a big difference. And maybe that's what they were going for with that look for Morticia in the movie. That they wanted to, like, Morticia Addams is such a grayscale character that it was one of the ways in which they wanted to evince that look. And it's a very gray movie, and justifiably so. Like, the movie looks really good. But I always remember that element of how they shot Morticia, because it's so... she gets a different treatment, one that seems more stylized than a lot of the other characters. Yeah, sure, the Death March. So I am still trying to get here, which is actually just up the hill. Also, just like, it's an interesting choice given that the story is so much about Uncle Fester, which is, again, a direction, like, if you said to me prior to that movie, we are doing an Addams Family movie, and, like, the main protagonist is Uncle Fester. Well, okay, I don't know main protagonist. Sort of the main topic of conversation is Uncle Fester. That's not the first thing that I would have thought of, but it worked super well. And, Christopher Lloyd, turns out, huge pro. Really brings that home. The Addams Family movie is full of a lot of good performances, but I do feel like it is his performance that ties it all together. It's why I initially said that he's the protagonist, but no, Gomez is still the protagonist. It's just that the movie is about Uncle Fester and his relationship with Gomez. More, I would argue, than it is about Gomez's relationship with Uncle Fester.
There! Did you hear that?
Jab says that they did two of them, and I honestly don't remember anything about them. Well, the second one was where Wednesday Addams went to summer camp. And, like, in the Addams Family movie, there was... Sorry, I just bumped it. There was a scene, a sequence, where the Addams Family has to leave their home, and they have to go to, like, some chintzy motel. And... it felt so wrong. It felt so bad for them to be out of their natural environment. And it wasn't about the money. By the way, I'm going to totally ruin the Addams Family movie. It wasn't about the money that they had lost. It was that they were completely out of their element. It was like they'd been thrown into a completely foreign country, even though it was probably just a few miles down the road from where they lived. They didn't belong there. And it was so... totally obvious that they didn't belong there. The Addams Family Values, which is the second movie, attempted to take that element and really, like, ramp it up to 11 by having Wednesday Addams spend a lot of time at summer camp. And yeah, I guess it's played for laughs, but you get so used to it because so much of the money is so much of the movie is spent there that it doesn't feel as much like an Addams Family movie. It feels more like Goth Girl Goes to Summer Camp. And that's fine. It just doesn't feel like an Addams Family movie. All right, so we've got a woman here with what appears to be a long gun, long rifle. Okay, so the shot knocked Petra on her ass, but she got a kill. So we've elected her to carry the gun. I think it was good for us city peeps to test the wilderness to see what we're made of. The men, of course, were bent out of shape. Whined the whole time about who should carry the gun. Honestly, they would be the first to go to hell if... the first to go if hell were ever to break loose. Hold on, let's hear what Max has to say about that idea.
Only the living and the dead now. Now he goes.
And by the way, aside from Wednesday Addams Goes to Camp, and again, Pugsley might have been there too, but I mostly remember Wednesday Addams getting bullied by, like, some blonde girl and her coterie of friends, and of course coming out on top because she's Wednesday Addams, and they're not. So, but yeah, Pugsley might have been there too. Honestly, who cares about Pugsley? Is there like a lot of like Pugsley fan fiction out there? Is Pugsley like a big fan favorite? Is Pugsley like Shadow the Hedgehog, where you sort of think like everybody hates Shadow, and then you meet people who are like big Shadow fans? I feel like Pugsley Addams exists to be the one that Wednesday Addams is like strapping to an electric chair or locking into the gallows or like putting into a guillotine. Like all the things that the Addams Family kids are always just like joshing around about. By the way, is this like how does Kira Luna feel about the Addams Family? I don't know if he's seen the movies, but like, is he familiar with the TV show? Do they have that with like in did they have that when he was growing up? Because I can envision like Kira Luna, like, he might not even know what the Addams Family is. I know about it. That's about it. And I'm not gonna like belabor this point. I'm just like I'm so curious. Like, how, like what does Kira Luna know? Like what elements of the Addams Family have penetrated like internationally?
Here comes the mighty duster.
But I don't want to make like Kira Luna type in multiple paragraphs about like what he knows about Addams Family characters. It's just like, you know, I don't know. I've watched The Killing, but not the original version, just the Americanized version of it. So like, if I was to talk about that, I'd probably be super wrong about like what it's like and whatever. Oh, Kira Luna says it's actually very well known in his country. Yeah, gosh, what from another country do I think is the best known in the United States? I mean, and there's probably 100,000 things that I'm not gonna think of right now. Like, there's probably a lot of things, but oh well, just on the top of my head, Downton Abbey. Everybody I haven't seen it, so I don't know. But Downton Abbey from the UK made a big damn splash here. Like, everybody knows that. Everybody's talking about it. Like, even still, you'll see lots of references to Downton Abbey. As recently as the Blades in the Dark thing that Oxventures did, they were talking, like there was a reference to something in Downton Abbey. Okay, how do I interact with this? Or was it not that crane that was up in the sky? See, what tends to happen in America is that things just get remade in America. So, like, the original version of the girl with the dragon tattoo, well, that's nice. But here in America, we're gonna do a new version with like, Daniel Craig and, Mara Rooney. I think that's who starred as like Lisbeth Santander. I don't remember her name right now. Yeah, and actually, I didn't look at chat yet, but Jab just brought up the girl with the dragon tattoo. The thing was, though, didn't that movie not do very well? Like, I read the book, and I really liked the book. I actually read the entire trilogy. Stieg Larsson, isn't that the guy that wrote those? And then, like, they did the Americanized, the American remake, and my understanding is that it really didn't do very well, and that's why we didn't get the next two movies in the franchise. It was supposed to be a trilogy, but it just sort of like bombed out. Okay, well, I'm just gonna stand up here where your cars can't get me, so. Okay. So, oh, my controller stopped. Hold on. This is not fair. So I think my controller's dying. And that works out well, because I was thinking about wrapping it up pretty soon anyway. Yep. Okay. Hold on. Okay, stop. A quick moment of dead air. I need to plug in the controller because otherwise it's not going to stay on long enough for this to work. So you might hear a little bit of PC-ness here. Just give me 1 second and I will go grab the cable. 1 second. All right, this should just take a second. Just got to get this plugged in. I was thinking ahead of this stream, and it's been a while since we've charged the controller. I wonder if that's going to be an issue here. Jab is also saying the best thing with the girl with the dragon tattoo is to watch the Swedish miniseries. Yeah, I actually saw a small... I actually saw a small amount of it, and I was going to like watch it with my friend HW, and he was like, oh, you want to watch something that's long? Oh, it doesn't seem right. You know, doing his whole HW thing. And when I say his whole HW thing, what I mean is that after sort of like poo-pooing the idea of watching it, he had... then he heard good things about it from other people, wound up watching all the way through it, and of course, I didn't hear about this until like a couple years later, after which he no longer remembered anything that had happened and could no longer converse about it. That is, for the record, peak HW. That is, he does stuff like that all the time. Yeah, I'm trying to remember. I believe I'd heard that the Swedish miniseries was very, very faithful to the book. Also, as many people know, there is, if not like more than an outline, but less than a finished version of an additional book in the girl with, girl with the dragon tattoo series. The second book, I don't remember what they were, but like the girl who looked for trouble and the girl who punched the hornet's nest or whatever it was, whatever the order was, there exists in the world Stieg Larsson's laptop. He died, I believe, suddenly. Okay, I guess I don't have the speed necessary to get there, but that's fine because it doesn't really help me get to the thing that I want. there exists a laptop with files that include a partially or even mostly finished manuscript with a fourth book that was in the works by Stieg Larsson. However, there is a really big fight between... Oh, gosh, I read the details about this at some point. I want to say that Stieg Larsson had... I may get these details wrong. Please look it up. Don't listen to me. I want to say that Stieg Larsson had a common-law wife, a woman that he was romantically involved with for, like, decades. Like, they were together and exclusive for a very long time. However, they weren't technically married. Like, they weren't legally married. And... okay, then maybe I just shoot this. Okay, is that... okay, that got me nothing. My understanding is that, Stieg Larsson, yeah, his success is posthumous, if I remember correctly. He had actually died before The Girl with the Dragon Tattoo and its sequels became a big damn thing. If I remember correctly, he actually passed away before his works achieved international success, which that doesn't feel good. And then his family basically just took all the proceeds, all of the success, all of the financial windfall from his works, and gave basically his wife nothing. And her response to that, if I understand this story correctly, is she did get access to all of his personal belongings, which include this laptop that has this fourth book on it. But because the proceeds, like basically absent a guarantee from the family, absent a deal from the family, that she would be cut in, not only on the proceeds for that book, but on all of the others. Like, she was with him, living as man and wife in every way except the signed document for, like, I want to say it was like 20 years. Like this was a very, very long-standing relationship between the two of them, and nobody anywhere in the world disputed the fact that they were together and effectively married. It's really a sad story. Also, if I didn't read it, Jab, I just wanted to call out that Jab highlights Lisbeth. I'm so sorry that I cannot remember her name, but that she's an amazing character. Carolina says, also, as many people know, and my first thought is along the lines of, what unknown thing am I going to learn now? Well, I just, like, the whole situation with Stieg Larsson, how do you get up there? What the hell am I missing? Hold on, let me get out. Do you jump over there from a different location? Like, I'm not seeing anything remotely similar to being able to jump up there. And you cannot, here in the world, just like build a different... yeah, you can't just switch to a different Archangel. Because that... look at it, it's just like a little cliff. The only reason I'm here is for the history relic. That's what I'd like to have, and I don't see any way up there. Yeah, Caroluna, if you ever write like a book or a screenplay, a television series, something like that, if you ever create a work make sure that you clarify in your will, just in case it turns out to be a big hit later on. Make sure you're extremely clear with, like, how your family should be taken care of, because, yeah, and I'm trying to remember, like, what, I don't want to be morbid here, but what was it that Stieg Larsson died from? Was it, like, surgery complications, or, like, hit by a car? It was, like, a sudden... You know what it was? I think he had a heart attack. I think I read about this as well, that, like, he had just signed his publishing deal or something. Like, it's so sad. I think that was it. I think that he died of, like, a cardiac event, I don't want to say the day of. I don't want to be too specific, because, as always, I don't know what I'm talking about. No one should listen to me. But it was, like, immediately after he signed his publishing deals. He had all 3 books in hand. The publishing deal was for, like, at least one of them, but I think for all 3. And he went home and died. Just, like, yeah. There's no reason I'm still trying to make that jump. Okay, I do not know how to get up to this thing. The controller has died. I don't have the wherewithal to do anything else. So yeah, we're just gonna fast travel back to Pink Eyes, and we're gonna call it a stream. It is 10:30. That is 45 minutes later than I... Oh, no, let's build the project first. Oil well project. There it is. Naomi Rapace, or maybe Rapace, I'm not sure how to pronounce it, played Elizabeth. Wait, what was I saying that her name was? I was way off. What did I say her first name was? Lizbeth. That's what I was calling her. Does she go by Lizbeth in the book? Why did I think it was Lizbeth? That still sounds right to me. They did make a movie of the 4th book as well. But, so, the 4th book, for example, that's like, there's a whole bunch more the girl who, the girl with books that are totally, like, not made by, like, they have nothing to do with Stieg Larsson at all, I think. So I'm wondering if that's one of those. Because as far as I know, the actual 4th book that he wrote, and I could be wrong, but I want to say that the 4th book that he wrote, as of 2021, still has not been, like, it's not seen the light of day. It's not something that is available. But, again, I could be off on that. There might have been developments since the last time that I looked at it. Anyway, to close out the topic, I like The Girl with the Dragon Tattoo. Very, very good book. I like the first one better than the 2 subsequent ones because it's more murder mystery-y, and there's a lot more, like, stuff that happens in the second 2 books. But as a trilogy, it was very enjoyable, and I enjoyed the whole way through. Now, let's go find somebody fun to raid. Yeah, there it is. Vehicle roll helper on. I don't know what happens if you turn that off, but I'm comfortable having helper on. All right, so let's go find somebody fun to raid. And on our way out, I want to again thank Go Hybrid for that gift subscription, as well as, I think it was Cara Luna with the raid. But I'm just going to take a quick look. Cara Luna says, thank you for the stream. Well, thank you guys for hanging out. Yes, it was Cara Luna with the raid. I have to say that I watch Samalander, and like I'm very much looking forward to when Tashir Rizé is streaming again. I watch Samalander, Tashir, Cara Luna, Drienne, Jägermeister. I'm trying to think of some other examples of people who are very, very good streamers, and they feel very comfortable just being quiet for a while. And I feel comfortable with that as well. Like I'm perfectly happy to be quiet, but I always think about the person who comes in and just like sees a game with no commentary happening, or like if you're not discussing what you're doing or why, or there's no topic going on, is that disinteresting? Because I love watching everybody that I just said, and it never bothers me at all if there's a moment of contemplation, or just sort of thinking or working something through. And sometimes I'm wondering what they're thinking, but other times it's just like, okay, like, you know, it's fine. You don't have to fill every moment with talk. But then I think to myself, okay, so maybe next time I won't talk as much. But there's so much to discuss. Oh my goodness, hello to Jägermeister. We were literally just talking about you. Yes, hello to Jägermeister. I was actually just wrapping up. On our way, though, let's please, we're going to do some shout-outs. Let's do a shout-out for Jägermeister, who was just playing some Oxygen Not Included. Jägermeister, your Oxygen Not Included game is very intimidating to me. You have a lot going on, and I am very impressed by it. Like the, you were building a couple steam-powered engines directly over what appeared to be a cold steam geyser. Cold steam in the world of Oxygen Not Included being like 95 degrees, by the way. Like 95 degrees Celsius. It's very, very hot, but they call it a cool steam geyser. Shout out for Caroluna. Shout out for Tashir Games, shout out for More Than Mia, shout out for Drienne _Levode, and I'm sure that I shouted out somebody else. Oh, let's do one for Doc Limitless as well. He sent a huge raid over here 2 days ago, and very, very, very much appreciated it. And finally, let's do a shout out for oh gosh, let's do a shout out for I Moo Do You Moo 2. Oh, and you know what? Centrifugal force. There we go. Hot steam guys are actually at 500 degrees Celsius, which is breaking my equipment. I rolled back my save to retry the design. You are so much further. You're so much over the line of anything that I've ever done in Oxygen Not Included. It is very, very impressive. So let's do a raid over to McMaster. McMaster is playing Red Dead Redemption 2, and unless I miss my guess, I think he's probably playing with Mia and some others. I think that's where Mia is right now. So let's join McMaster and friends for some Red Dead Redemption 2. And I just wanted to like finish out the thought that we were having about like sort of talking through a stream. There's so much to discuss with you guys when you guys are hanging out. I mean, absent folks to chat with in chat, like I can make up topics to talk about. I don't have any trouble filling the silence, but it's so much fun to reminisce with you guys about things like the Addams Family or Dark Angel or Buffy and Angel and so many other things. Like so many topics just sort of come up and we get a chance to talk about them and what we think worked well or not, or, you know, what's aged poorly or not. And it's just so much fun to play a game like this on a nice weekend. On our way out, Jägermeister saying, I'm also building a counterflow petroleum boiler using an iron volcano as the heat source. I actually have no idea what that means. It's so much like I can grow crops. I sort of mastered making use of the hydroponic squares. It's almost there. Okay, we're out of time, you guys. Thank you so much. No, Jägermeister, very cool. Seriously. But I am out of time, you guys. Have a great night.